York, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Don.
One day you're not going to play football anymore. And if there's a God up above, it'll be soon.
Hahn.
Huge? No. But big? Yeah.
And Rosenberg.
I didn't listen to anything you just said.
This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
And
God bless.
we are live at Calandra's Italian Village here in New Jersey, and Peter and I are already in a food coma.
No, stop. I'm going to get into a food coma later. That was a teaser.
You think so?
Dude.
Well, I forget. Your appetite's much different than mine.
No, listen, that was just a little warm-up. I don't want to botch because Anthony will yell at me if I say the wrong dishes. Anthony, can you tell us which specific pastas we had here?
Yeah, he knows his pasta.
Like, come on, like a proper Italian gentleman. The spaghetti pesto. Delightful.
Oh.
The bolognese was slamming, but I don't know which kind of pasta it was. He thinks maybe pappardelle, but we're not 100% sure.
I'll go with pappardelle.
Okay.
I'll also go with delicious.
And it was just...
It's gone, by the way.
And this is not just... I'm not just saying this because Calandra's had us out here. I get calamari a lot of places. And a lot of people can give you an average or mid calamari. This...
Not mid.
No, the crispiness... I had to FaceTime my wife and say this is calamari literally.
Did you weep?
Like
you wept?
but it's like you dream about.
You had calamari and you wept. This is beautiful.
So we're super excited, and as you guys know, the man who this event was sort of made it his image, Donald Marco Greca, sadly can't be with us today.
Right.
His heart exploded while he was changing a tire.
That didn't
sorry.
happen.
He's sick and can't be with us, but
Yep.
I know he's listening.
Yep.
I know he's very excited, and we're going to have the great Ken Daneyko and Rick DiPietro to join us instead.
That is right. Dano coming here. The Devil legend. He'll be here shortly and going to spend the night with us. We're also going to have a watch party here as well for Rangers Devils.
I bet your ace.
And this is, you talk about, this is a cool setup. We already have a number of people here, and we appreciate everybody for coming here early with us. Eat, drink, be merry. We're going to have some fun today.
Well, I got a driver, so I am going to at least drink and be merry. Once we go off the air, John Winthrop.
Yeah,
Once we
John's
go off
watching
the
you.
air.
He is
That's right.
certainly watching you. So, yes, Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg live from Calandra's Bakery in Caldwell, New Jersey. And not bad to get here, by the way.
No, not bad at all.
Not bad.
Easy trip.
Especially because we're so used to how the Cross Bronx can be for those of us coming from that side.
That's right.
And so once you got through that, it was actually a delight. Calandra's Bakery in Caldwell, fresh bread, classic Italian pastries.
Oh, I can't.
I believe that's what's in that box.
No, I'm
Peter.
having one during the break, but just small
also,
one.
all of this, the bread, the pastries, bake daily. Taste a tradition today. Tradition, the WBC.
Oh, the rich tradition of the WBC.
Right?
Yeah. Well, listen.
Well, it's becoming.
It's on.
Congratulations to Venezuela. Let's
Yes.
start there
Out of the
because
gate.
you saw the passion, you saw the performance by that team, how much it did matter. We're not going to get into the does it matter, who it matters to, and all that stuff.
Because it mattered. That question was answered by the players and coaches who were there last night.
Who got to play.
It mattered.
There were
for
some
those.
who didn't play. Just saying.
Okay, that is a fact.
And that does exist, but that's a different
But the
conversation.
people that were there, we know the level of passion. We know the level of care. And
How about the building?
So I texted you.
I kept looking at it going, wait a minute. This is March.
Well, no,
this is not October. The weather feels the same, but it's not October.
And I'm sorry. I got to say it. When we get Don back, hopefully tomorrow, I think he may owe Aaron Judge an apology. Because I do not think it's an exaggeration to say that atmosphere was at least World Series-like. When you turn on TV, if I turn on a Yankee game on the Yes Network to hear Mikal during the summer, I know the energy and vibe I get from the television. I know what the smattering of applause sound like. I know what the air feels like. When you turn on the TV for a playoff game or a World Series game, the constant murmur grows as the playoff goes on.
The buzz, if you will.
Yeah, the legitimate out loud buzz. I turned on the game for the first pitch. It did have a legitimate World Series loud buzz the entire night, let alone when something happened.
And I give full credit to the Venezuelan fans. Just like you give full credit to the Dominican fans.
Yeah.
You give, to me, that was not a home field advantage. That did not feel like it was played on American soil. That felt maybe 50-50 or worse for the home team, quote unquote.
Oh, absolutely.
That was U.S. Now, when Harper hit the home run, the place went nuts.
Yes.
Up for grabs, some might say.
Some would say.
And I don't know why, but they do.
That's what they would say.
I don't understand it, but that's what they'd say. But so you had all those moments. But all that aside, so we're not going to have that debate anymore. We all agree. We were drawn in. We were caught up. I was at I did the Knick game last night, so I didn't see it live, but I for sure was following. All you guys were texting like crazy. And then this morning I watched the thing back because I'm like, I need to feel this and see it and understand why the guys last night on the chat.
And by the way, a quick
so
watch
into
back
it.
because the first 6 innings
flew by. Oh, yeah.
Nothing was happening.
Yeah, of course.
A lot of strikes.
Yeah, speaking of nothing happening, there was something that I was worried about as we were discussing yesterday. I think this is the bigger story. The bigger story coming at it is from a local perspective. Because, again, nationally, overall, we can all agree. This was a great spectacle. It was a lot of fun, and it was a good way to kick off the season for if you're a baseball fan. Great. Good for you. You have pulled me in. Everybody convinced me you have pulled me in. Now it's over. My takeaway, though, from a local perspective is what we were talking about yesterday when it comes to Aaron Judge, Captain America.
That's right.
Because there were two things that could happen. He could come through in a big spot, and you could say, there he is in a clutch moment, and this could be the first chapter of the championship DVD for the Yankees 2026 season.
And we presented 2 versions of that DVD.
I said, and I can't believe I actually said this, but I did say it. We will find it and play it back. He could also go 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, and we could go, see, he's just not clutch when it matters most. What were his stats yesterday?
It was 0 for 4.
With?
Was it 3?
It was 3 strikeouts.
3 strikeout, okay.
And in a huge moment, too.
Yeah.
A brutal strikeout early. Harper then hits the home run. He's up now. Building's going crazy. There's Captain America. There's your moment right there.
And the beauty is
just tied it. Now take the lead.
So here's the thing.
I mean, how bad did you want
No, listen.
that
I watched this
US?
moment in the game. Anthony, this is exciting. Mike will be very excited. I literally watched this portion of the game. Wait for it, folks. In the nude. That's right. Full on in the nude. I had to shower. It was time to wrap up the night.
There are people eating.
I understand. They don't need to picture it.
Eating.
I brought the cell phone in the shower. People do it. Stop. And I put the cell phone up. I have this like little thing, and I set the cell phone up while I'm doing the shower. Yeah. And here we go. I'm up. Judge is on deck. Judge is in the hole. He's going to get his shot. Oh, Judge is on deck. Here we go. Let's see what Harper does.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking Harper gets on,
and that
Judge has a chance for the 3-run homer to win this thing.
That's true.
That's what I was dreaming of.
We're anticipating something great happening.
Instead, Harper hits the home run.
But
now the pressure's off. This is beautiful.
You think the pressure's off?
Well, I
thought it's even higher because now you're back in the game. You got the building on your side, which you didn't have for most of this game. Now here's your spot to not only we just tied it, now we're taking the lead.
See, I view it totally different.
I felt like that didn't take the pressure. I thought it was almost like now it's your turn. Pass the baton. You're next. Another big star coming up in a big spot.
I don't know.
Instead, whiff.
Either way, we landed in the same place.
Same pitch he always strikes out on.
And the same kind of at bat, too. When he ends up in that spot, when Judgy ends up in those spots, it's always like a rushed at bat, fouls one off, swings at one, looks at one. It's quick. So it's like the moment feels too big. That's the frustrating part.
I hate that. Michael spent some time on his show before us using stats that their Twitter accounts were using to defend Judge. Because I'll tell you what, and I didn't have a chance to watch the game yet. This is last night. I go on social media. The Judge slander was through the roof.
Oh, I'm sure.
And
I'm sure it was.
And again, I wasn't rooting for this. I was just kind of forecasting. Get ready for this if you're a Yankees fan, if you're a Judge fan. If he doesn't come through and the U.S. loses, this is coming. People can't wait to take down the Giant. Literally, he's a Giant.
Yep.
They can't wait to do it. And they were going to find some other reason. And you know, anybody who's either a Mets fan or a Red Sox fan, they were going to dial it up as well. Just keep twisting the knife. But that happened on social media last night. So if other accounts now are trying to say, wait a minute, career-wise, he is clutch, 7th inning or later. Michael was given all these numbers that show historically in his career he has come through in big spots.
He has.
But why is it, though, that the eye test that we've watched him, especially in the World Series run 2 years ago, the eye test tells us not that kind of a big spot?
Because the biggest spots are where he's come up lame. It's not that he comes up lame in every spot. It's that it's the biggest spot. And last night, what's really frustrating is there would have been chatter either way. I said on the show yesterday he was damned either way. If he came up big, you'd have Yankee fans complaining, he does it at the WBC, but he doesn't do it for the Yankees.
Okay.
If he comes up in a big spot and fails, they're going to kill him there. But there was one other option we didn't talk about.
What was that?
That he just has a pretty good game, that he goes 2 for 4. And, that spot yesterday, if he goes 2 for 4 yesterday, that spot hurts, but it looks so much worse that he was 0 for 4 yesterday, 1 for 8 with 5 strikeouts in elimination games. That's the problem. He could have kind of gotten away from it without it being that bad, but instead, by coming up so bad in the 2 big games, it furthers the narrative for the people who already hate on him.
By the way, look at Peter. Look at Peter.
What?
Quoting stats.
That's right. Thank you, Anthony.
He's giving you analytic perspective.
That's right. Thank you.
On what happened.
Thank you.
In a sports event.
Wait.
Last evening.
Hold on.
I mean,
hold on. You went too far.
Round of applause.
He could have went. Thank you.
Round of applause.
Thank you.
Like this
Smattering.
really was. This is a big moment for the show.
Anthony,
Don right now is home, coughing probably, but also tear.
But by the way,
tear because he can't be here.
You know what
and
makes you a bad guy?
He's watching you going. There he is. There he is. Look at him go.
You know what makes Allen a bad guy?
Why am I bad? I'm giving you props right now.
Anthony, he could have stopped at saying a baseball game. He had to say a sports event with teammates like you. You know what I mean?
Where's the lie?
Who needs enemies? That's true. Nightly sports events. Well, listen, we're almost getting. When's football coming back around?
The draft is.
Oh no, we have the NBA playoffs right around the corner.
We
I'm
do.
there for
Couple
you.
Weeks, 12 games to go.
Oh, and you know that every afternoon after a Knick playoff game, I'll be locked in with the analytics every day.
Yeah.
Well, every other day.
Every other.
You get the idea. That's how it
But
works.
we're certainly looking forward to it. We're looking forward to calls. A lot of times when we do, outings, live events, it's hard to take calls because we like to talk to the people who are here. We certainly will do that because you made the effort to come see us. We want to make the effort to talk to you.
And we're going to talk to Ken Daneyko, who's going to be here at 3:30.
Ken Daneyko is coming momentarily. He'll be fun to talk to, certainly.
Yay!
But we do. This feels like a heavy call day because of the WBC angle, the judge angle for sure. And so I do think I want to encourage people, 800-919-3776. As I look down, I notice that the calls are coming in fast and furious.
Let's get them.
So we will get to them. And let's do some calls now.
Yeah.
Daneyko comes in. Great perspective from him, by the way, when we can talk about clutch in sports because he won a Stanley Cup, by the way.
Right.
He also played with one of the great clutch goaltenders in the history of the sport, in Martin Brodeur.
That's right.
If anybody can talk about clutch and what it is in the clutch gene, it will be Ken Daneyko. So I think that would be a great addition to the conversation. But we have people that want to talk to us now, so let's do it. 800-919-3776. Nick in New Orleans is going to start us off with a little significance of the WBC.
What up,
Hello,
Nick?
Hey, guys. How you doing? Good to talk to you. I was locked in last night. It was really great. I think, one reason why it kind of is popular is because of the timing of it. It's the time of the year when, first of all, games don't matter. We're also start for baseball. And also, games aren't really going to matter at this level until September, right? I think someone yesterday was saying it.
Right.
But also the timing of it also kind of presents like another issue. We're never going to, if it stays right now, we're never going to get a dominant, gutsy, full-game pitching performance from somebody. I forget the guy's name, unfortunately. The guy from Venezuela was dealing. I would have loved to see him go into the 6th, 7th, but because guys aren't ready to ramp up, we don't want to put him at a disadvantage long in the season. We're never going to get that kind of, gutsy performance that we know from the playoffs,
you're
right?
not getting like a
the whole
complete
team
game out of someone who's just on fire. You're not getting an 8-inning gem. Of course not. And that's why, as much as I know everybody's going to cringe when I say this, and Michael kept hammering this home during his show, it is an exhibition. That's not a curse word, everybody. It's just what it is, an exhibition. But doesn't mean it can't be an incredibly fun and incredibly engaging exhibition of baseball.
Absolutely.
And a good one for the sport.
And you're
But
talking
it's
about
not similar to World Series because
you can let it all hang
again,
out.
the closer couldn't pitch. You're going to let it You're going to let a pitcher go. There's going to be guys who wouldn't normally have played today. I'm playing. I don't care. When it's
Eduardo
winner take all,
Rodriguez went 4 1/3 yesterday and gave up 1 hit. Not normally a time when you're pulling a pitcher in a World
Although
Series.
in today's baseball,
Yeah, precisely.
I don't know, third time around.
Right,
You got to get to the bullpen.
We-
You know how it is.
Thanks for the call,
but
man.
it's a great
But I
call,
also
Nick.
just wonder too, that crowd was electric. But I wonder if it just means more to foreign-born players, right? It's like American players. It's just been a lot more to Venezuela than it is to Americans.
No, Nick, this is a great call, by the way. Great way to start off the day. But that is the other point that I think it's also worth getting into at some point about this, is it does seem to mean more. Because, and this is why, when it's hockey, why do we care so much? Because we're not the best in the world. We think we could be, but we're not.
Right.
We think we can measure up with the best. And so when you play Canada, it becomes a little different, right? So think about it. Venezuela, again, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Japan, all of them look at the U.S. as this world power. We're going toe-to-toe with you. And it means more to them when they win, because what does it say? Is that we can go toe-to-toe with the U.S.
Oh, isn't it funny, though? Because you look around at the teams. Venezuela, obviously, who won the whole thing.
Yeah.
Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico,
Yeah.
Japan, who you all just mentioned. These teams are within a whisker of being as good as the U.S. You could argue some are as good. So it's funny, but
hockey's the same way.
But not unlike hockey, where the U.S. is really right there.
Right there.
But because
Sweden's right there. Finland's right there. There's no Russia, but
right.
they would be
if
right
they're
there.
they'd be right there.
Yeah.
So it is interesting that the lineups you're seeing, they're all filled with big league ball players, the whole tournament.
Right.
But
you know
it's just different.
The visual.
It is a different
easily
thing.
the visual. Why did it matter when in 1980 when a bunch of college kids beat the Russian powerhouse? Why did it matter?
Right, because
it mattered because those are a bunch of kids. They're playing against pros. Like, it mattered. So
did you hear what they said though on the broadcast last night? To summarize how big a difference it was. They let kids out of school early in Venezuela yesterday.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
This was a huge deal, and
for a
I
country
think
that really needed to feel good about something.
I think that this is the U.S. losing a heartbreaker to a team like Venezuela. I said this yesterday, and I feel the same way today. Actually will do more for the betterment of the WBC than had the U.S. beaten Venezuela 7-0 yesterday. That was kind of.
I think you're right.
I think it was kind of the best case scenario for the building of this tournament.
I think
you
you're
saw
right.
the celebration, man.
Oh yeah.
It's just going to mean so much more. And guess what? I got news for you. The American players are going to be jealous seeing the Venezuelans celebrate that much and go, "Hey, we got to win this thing next time." You know what I mean?
I completely agree. I think it does put pressure, and that's good. And again, this all goes back to Captain America. It goes back to Aaron Judge, and that's where the local.
Are people calling him Captain America, or is that just you?
I'm just using it because that's what it was. So people are wanting to talk about this. So our good friend Griffin in Connecticut is up next because
Grifster.
he's already tired of this criticism of Judge. Griff?
Yeah, because I am. I understand that he's the guy, he's the person, but there's no I in team. And last night, not one person in that whole entire lineup, except for Bryce Terang, had a hit until Harper got that other single, and that was it. And then he had that home run by Harper, and it was huge. But they had 3 hits all game.
Right.
They weren't able to put any pressure. They weren't able to do anything. Nobody even sat foot on second base. For a moment, I thought we were going to get no one in scoring position. We finally did. So I understand he's the guy, he's the person, but there's no I in team. Everybody, everybody was down yesterday, and that's why I almost feel like, is there a point where this tournament, I know it happens every 3 years, is there a point where we could have this in the middle of the season when guys are at their best?
Well,
because this
Olympics.
is spring training for a bunch of these guys, and you're not having the best out of Cal Raleigh, the best out of Bryce Harper, the best out of Kyle Schwarber, the best out of Aaron Judge, the best out of all of them.
Well, Griffin, I agree with the timing part of it because I do think, and if you want baseball in the Olympics with the Major League players, you're going to have to halt your season like the NHL does and let the players go play, which could be good for the sport long run like it was good for the NHL. And therefore, you'd want to play the WBC the same kind of way, and maybe it will look different, but other teams might be like, wait, I don't want to lose this guy. We're in August. I can't lose this guy. What if he gets hurt? So that's one thing to think. But, Griffin, thanks for the call. Here's the difference, because I've heard this already. Everybody else had a bad game. Name me anyone else on that team that's considered the best player in the sport. You can't. He's talked about with Ohtani as the best player in the game. He's going to have to carry more of the criticism than anyone else. Don't you agree?
100%.
When they say, why aren't they criticizing this guy, Schwarber, or anybody else? Because they're not talked about as the best. You're the best. And by the way, not only the strikeout that he had after the the Harper home run. The ground out, like the one time he did make contact, and he brings it down the third baseline, and now it's that's it. Like that was not really. There was no. If he hit one to the track, he'd be like, all right, he just missed. If he sent a couple out that looked like maybe the wind knocked it down, or maybe it just couldn't. Whatever it is, at least you'd say, boy, he sent a few out there. They just didn't cross the.
Well, it wouldn't make the moment look too big.
But
in the lack of hard contact,
it almost seemed right. It almost seemed meek. The one time he made contact, it was basically a bounce to third out. So that's why people are looking, saying, "This is your king. This is your champion. This is your best player of the generation."
I hate that it had to be Bryce Harper who was the guy too.
But the salute was pretty cool.
Not a fan.
I got to admit.
No, he's
pretty cool.
Pretty
cool.
Well, by the way, I don't want to hear anyone talk about did anyone bring up the level of bat flip that was too? We give him Bryce a pass because of the moment. He literally didn't run at all. Stopped, chucked the bat.
I don't hate it.
No, it was great. But by the way, because guess what? I'm all for it. That's awesome. That's what baseball should be.
You have to be all for that kind of stuff. We're all for you at 800-919-3776. Tons of calls. We'll get to them. Ken Daneyko, Mr. Devil, going to join us here coming up next.
Oh, that's right.
We got a big crowd here at Calandra's Bakery in Caldwell, New Jersey. And we will have a watch party tonight, Devils Rangers.
You bet your ace we will.
After this, so come on down if you've got some time and hang out with us, Peter.
That's right. Right now, FanDuel's dropping bonus bets into everyone's account for the tournament. All you have to do is opt in to claim your bonus. Use them on your bracket picks, money line spreads, totals, game props, or even same-game parlays. But don't wait. These bonus bets are only available for a limited time. Just visit FanDuel.com/local to learn more. 21 and over. Physically present in New York. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Max bonus $500 unless otherwise specified. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com for help with a gambling problem. Call 877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Long Island is more exciting than ever at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. This month, you'll be feeling March magic when you win your share of $50,000 cash during our Rainbow Riches drawing. Be here every Wednesday in March from 2 to 7 p.m. Each hour, one lucky guest is drawn to win up to $5,000 cash. Earn entry starting at 12:30 p.m. Come chase the rainbow every Wednesday in March, where Long Island wins at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it, like that. Ask your phone, group chat, smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time, no waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as...
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
25 a month, 5 whole years. Same sweet number in your ears. Check it in a year, check it in 5. This ain't optimum 5, but price is still alive. 25 a month, 5 whole years. Same sweet number in your ears. Get Optimum famously fast fiber internet. Optimum.com/25 for 5. Or call 8884-OPTIMUM. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Rings End is your locally owned Benjamin Moore retailer. They're your store for quality with a full line of brilliant and durable Benjamin Moore paints. They're your store for inspiration with thousands of colors and a variety of sheens. And Rings End is your store for expertise with one-on-one advice for contractors and homeowners. Insist on Benjamin Moore paint from Rings End because the gorgeous color you love can't be matched in another brand of paint. Now it's time for traffic with Susie Cerrone.
Hey there, guys. Good afternoon. A stall on the FDR southbound at 71st Street. It's in the right lane. You're backed up on the FDR southbound from the RFK Triborough Bridge. There's a crash on the belt eastbound at Francis Lewis Boulevard. You're jammed from Lefferts Boulevard. Inbound George, a little slow. You've got right lane roadwork on either deck. Cross Bronx to the outbound George, 30 minutes. Outbound Lincoln or Holland, 20 minutes apiece. And the accident on the LIE eastbound at Jericho Turnpike finally cleared. We're sponsored by WeatherBug. Get the fastest local alerts and accurate 24/7 forecast with WeatherBug. It's easy to use and provides real-time customizable alerts so the weather never takes you by surprise. Plan every day with confidence. Download the free WeatherBug app from the App Store now. I'm Susie Cerrone on 880 ESPN New York.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program may only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it could end your debt nightmare and save you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. For free information and to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, simply go online and visit DRA.com or call 800-433-8909. 800-433-8909. Again, that's 800-433-8909.
All right, live from Calandra's Bakery in Caldwell, New Jersey. Calandra's Bakery in Caldwell. Fresh bread, classic Italian pastries, baked daily. Taste the tradition today. Hahn Rosenberg here with you all day long, and we are proud to be joined by, you talk about a champion.
Oh, that's right.
We are doing a watch party tonight after the show here at Calandra's, and it's Devils Rangers. So we thought, if you're bringing in anybody from the Devils, you're bringing in Mr. Devil.
That's
right.
right.
Of course, the great Ken Daneyko.
Yeah. By the way, hell of a softball.
To be here, guys.
Hell of a softball player as well. I've seen it many times.
I'm a baseball guy. That was 1A. I played baseball growing up, left-handed pitcher. Loved the game. People think because it was pretty cold where I grew up that we didn't play. I mean, I was a diehard baseball guy and sports guy in general. But if you didn't come out of your mother's womb with hockey skates on, where I come from, you didn't have a whole lot to do. So yeah, hockey took precedent. See, you guys are
was going to ask.
You guys are chowing down. I love it. This place is great.
Yeah,
this place is special.
It really is. They keep saying, do you want anything? I'm like, everything. I'll try it all. Don't even stop me.
People.
And with Don not here, there's more for us to get. I look at it that way. So you've been working with Don this season. So before we get into all the sporty stuff, what has been the experience? Because we work with Don every day.
Yeah.
And so
for a long time.
Me for a long time.
You for a long. I've known Don though for over 20 years. But for you, as someone in the booth calling games, let's get a little critique of your new play-by-play partner.
Well, he's passionate, and that's what you love, right? I mean, he was watching me back in '88 at the Continental Airlines Arena, way up in the rafters there forever. He was a diehard Devils fan growing up, and that was the big controversy going into this job with the Devils. And he'd worked so long for our arch rival, the Rangers. It's business. Business is business. I don't know and he did what he had to do and got great experience and had a good time on the radio covering the Rangers for so many years, and with you guys, obviously, and you, Peter. But, it was a dream come true job for him. You could tell. I knew Don for 30 years as well. He was at my 2000 Stanley Cup party in Mendham. I invited him to. I had over 1,500 people come through the door.
Wow.
I wanted everybody to celebrate. Had the cops, the Mendham Township Police, where I lived at the time, controlling traffic. It was crazy, but that's what it was all about. And Don was one of those guys there, so he has fond memories of that. But he's passionate. He loves his team. We all want their success. We got a job to do. I get it, to call a game, but I do get a kick out of sometimes. We want to throw things and get after it too, but I want to relay right now to fans is to understand. I'm sure they do, but the ones they want you to hammer them or say, because we didn't meet expectations or hammer a player. I go, couple of things. I've been through it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not naive. I've been in the game 40 years. I know when they're playing like dog, you know what. Or an individual makes a huge mistake.
Sure.
I travel with them. I'm on the plane with them. It's not about sugarcoating it. It's about encouragement. I want their success, so I don't have to yell out the name and going, that's a bad pass. I always wanted to relay at the fans. I'm going to use the line. I forgot more hockey than a lot of you have
ever known.
And
never could know.
But they'll DM you and tweet you and say, no, you're being too political too. So I'm going, no, I'm not. I see everything. I get it. But it does them no good to rip them when I'm part of them kind of deal. You know what I mean?
But also the thing that I think
I had to go on that rant because
I'm glad you did. And
I can join you.
And exactly.
For me and Nick's broadcast, it's the exact same thing.
And here's the thing that's hard for them to understand is whether you were to rip them or compliment them profusely, what that makes you is a fan. And while you love the team, you also are a part of the whole thing.
And they
You're
know
working there. You can't be a fan, whether that's to compliment them too much and say, oh, my God, Jack Hughes is my hero, or whether that's to critique them too much. Your job is to call it straight. You guys do a fantastic job. Was Don – first of all, did you know that Don was getting the job prior to him getting it?
This is the time to tell him.
Prior to – that's a good question. I'd heard – rumblings. You never know what's going to transpire, but had heard along the way. I mean, he was – well, I did the auditions for the Final Six initially a few years prior, and I love Bill Spaulding. This is part of the business. We all know it's not my call to make, and they decided to go in a different direction along the way. And Don was a finalist back then at the time and did a great job, and he was right there, I guess, as well. So – I had assumed possibly
it could be.
It could be. I didn't know per se.
Was he nervous? Could you see his nerves in the early games?
Early going a little bit. Yeah, he was excited, like anybody, and that's what you love. I mean, obviously, you're starting to call games for the team that you grew up rooting for along the way, and you're going to have some nerves, just like a player, right? So. But as he's settled in, and we all want their success. I mean, I am a fan for sure, no question about it. Yes, there's a job to do, and you try to separate that. When we don't call the games, and I go to games when national TV does it, like tonight, I really enjoy watching from that perspective because I'm a lunatic like the fans.
Of course.
I really am, and they see it. They know my passion. I've been there 42 years. Of course it's in my DNA and blood. But I just wanted to preface – I understand what's going on, everybody. Trust me. Just because I'm not ripping them when they lose 3 in a row or ripping an individual, I'll say it at home under my breath.
There's a time
just doesn't do them any good.
Right, and there's always a time and place for it as well. And you always know, as somebody who played, like when there's a moment where it's, no, this needs to be said now versus this isn't the time to say it. And viewers are supposed to trust you with that because, again, you have the body of work.
As a former player – I made plenty of mistakes. If they were ripping me 24/7, number one, I wouldn't be too comfortable going on the plane with them anymore. That's certainly a part of it, but I get it. It's you got to be better there, but it's not about. There's a way to preface it, and there is some encouragement that you can use along the way because I've been through it. I've been where I've been absolutely terrible for a 5-game stretch, and if guys are ripping me all the time, that's tough.
Again, just to put a bow on that, what's most important, and I think that's how everybody loves, like you, former players. You see Paul O'Neill, you see Clyde, like guys who have been there, done that, have rings. Is you will know when to say what to say.
Yeah.
And you put out there the analysis. It's up to those watching to, again, the credibility of your voice and what you have to say and your experience. Then you're the ones that decide whether you want to scream and yell or back off. That's for you to do. That's
great
not
point,
for
Alan.
you yourself. Like, Daniel, your job is not to be the one that's pounding the table and yelling so that the viewers are going, yeah, I'm with you.
And Bart,
you put it out there and let them decide if they want to be mad or not. That's how it's supposed to work.
I love the way you preface that because, don't get me wrong, I love the passion of fans, and certainly my New Jersey Devils fans, and been around it forever, and we don't win all those championships without them. The fans are what it's all about. And they have the right to rip them, say what they want, do what they want on social media, but the way you preface it's good. And when they DM me, stop being politically correct. No, I have a job to do the way I have to do it. But don't think I'm naive to not understanding what's going on.
I don't think
so. That's
really
the way.
knows.
That's the way you're taking it because you're a passionate fan.
Because they want
the
satisfaction,
and that's okay.
Yelling.
I'm saying I support you too. I love you guys, but I'm dying to answer back and say, please.
No, you're doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing.
Stop.
Two guys who
get
know.
it.
Take it from two guys who know.
I guess this is therapy for me right now, if you guys can understand.
Totally.
Yelling back.
Because it gets to me.
Fighting back on Twitter doesn't really ever.
I'm still learning that after 20 years. But let me ask you this, Ken. Have you noticed any sort of change in young Jack Hughes post that gold medal game? Like, I think it's really an exciting opportunity for him to grow into a different level of leader on this team. Is there a different swagger to him when he's in the building? Have you noticed anything?
Well, for sure. I had said it in the first game he was back with Donnie that he was a kid. Before the Olympics, he came back a man.
Really?
And that's on and off the ice. You know what I mean?
Wow.
The swagger that you need to be a leader, the swagger you need to take your team to another level. Now you need supporting pieces, and it's been a disappointing year this year. We all know that. And part of that was because Jack Hughes had a freakish injury accident because he is our best player. He's always had the talent. Just broke the all-time record for reaching 400 points faster than any New Jersey Devil, and that's saying something because the team's been around 50 years with a lot of great players and teams that have won Stanley Cups. But you still have to learn those other elements. Everything you're talking about as far as how to win, how to encourage your teammates, how to bring them together. And yeah, I've definitely noticed a different mentality and swagger and understanding what it takes for him because he was surrounded by guys as good as him or better all around and understanding what it takes with the best players in the world. But then you can kind of come back to your team and see the role player and what he means to your club and understanding. Because those star players, it's a collection of stars, had to take on different roles as they won that gold medal. And I think for any young player like a Jack Hughes trying to, become a champion or get to that next level. We know it's not easy to win. They won the gold, and he's always going to be etched in hockey history for that. It was awesome. He took some pressure off of us in the disappointing season we're talking about for the Devils, just from the standpoint we had something to cheer about. It was fantastic. It was a joy to watch him. But, yeah, he's learned so much. I feel it. That swagger, that self-confidence, always had it on the ice, but just in his –
taking ownership of the franchise as a leader, understanding
now you're the guy.
Standard, like all those things.
Yeah, and that's not easy.
And that's what you hope sometimes from a younger player when they come back from an experience like that is what do you take from that and how can it change you and how can it change us because of your experience there. With that in mind, and we're talking with Ken Daneyko, Mr. Devil here, is the WBC had Aaron Judge, he's captain of the team. He's arguably the best player in baseball, if not right there with Shohei Ohtani. And he had some moments last night, winning moments, that he did not come through. Criticism of him because of the World Series 2 years ago and the fact that there's this sense about him that as great as he is as a player, he doesn't come through in the clutch. Right. And it makes us think, when you have that much talent, and again, you were at the highest level 3 times. You played with one of the great clutch goaltenders in the world, in the sport, in Martin Brodeur, and others, of course, on that team that were great in clutch moments. You've seen it, though. What is the clutch gene? What is it? Does it even look like something? And when do you know that a player has it?
Yeah, great question, Alan. And look, I'm a big baseball fan, but I have no idea what it's like to hit a 100-mile-an-hour fastball or curveball.
Sports is sports.
Sports is sports. To compare, I'm just prefacing that. So, and I understand the pressure you're under as top dog to come through in big moments, right?
The expectation.
Whether it's the World Series, whether it's the World Baseball Classic, whatever it may be, or the Stanley Cup Championship, Stanley Cup Finals, where you got to go 4 grueling rounds. And I guess for me, I was a guy in the trenches. I just had to run over people, get rid of that angst, and block some shots, and I would do whatever it took. And if I had to take one in the mouth, I was going to do that. I felt that was a lot easier than what Marty Brodeur had to do, or the top goal scorers, or Scott Niedermayer had to do, because they were so talented, so gifted. Now, the goaltender is the most important position, and I just know when Marty Brodeur came in as a young guy, I mean, it's something you can't touch. You feel it because your goaltender's scrutinized the most. He's the most important guy because he can win or lose you a series. You can have great teams, but if your goaltender doesn't show up, it's going to be tough to win. So I remember,
and he can save your ass if you don't show up.
Oh yeah, when we make mistakes, he covers it up time and time again, or makes us look real bad after we get beat if he doesn't bail you out once in a while. But I just noticed, I'll use a prime example, when he was young, coming in second, third year, and the 94 great series against the Rangers where we ended up losing. And during that playoff run, I think it was only his second year really in the National Hockey League or taking over as the number one goaltender. And you always wonder how they're going to handle that pressure. And I'll remember, I think it was in round 2, I think we played Buffalo, and it was tense, and it was a tight game. And that series went 7, and I'm a nervous wreck. I'm just wound up like a top, and it's right halfway through the game, and I come back to face up, but I was very vocal and crazy and would say things that would off the cusp. And I go, well, Marty, if it is to be before the puck was dropped, it's up to you and me. And I just threw that out there. He started to chuckle like I knew it was a lot more up to him, but but I was nervous. I was uptight, and he just chuckled and says, "I got this, Dano." Very calmly. I'm like,
he's like 20 years old.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, 21 years old. I go, look at this kid. Nothing phases him. He's not feeling that pressure. He's just going to go use his athleticism and his talents, and he's not going to make the pressure situation or moments any different than a regular season game. Easier said than done, right?
Right. Yeah.
Another guy I'll throw out there is a Claude Lemieux. He was a clutch. And Scott Stevens was great. And I'd go on down the list, and Niedermayer was, but they were all great talent and all-world guys that just were leaders and would do whatever it took. But Claude Lemieux, he'd be up and down during the regular season. One playoff year, I think he scored 13 goals during the regular season. Had a bad year for him, and he's a 25, 30-goal scorer. Come playoff time, the guy's won 4 Stanley Cups, 2 with the Devils, 2, 1 with Montreal, 1 with the Colorado Avalanche. So wherever he goes, he's a winner. And those guys have that clutch gene of, in the big spot, put the puck on his stick. He's going to bury it. The more important the game or the time of the game, playoffs, you could just feel it. You sense it. Claude Lemieux wanted the puck before the game. He's in the dressing room smiling, laughing, fired up. You knew he wanted a big moment. Sometimes the regular season bored him. Does that make any kind of sense?
I tell you what, I think the Knicks are going through that right now.
Yeah, but isn't it funny?
Regular season starting to bore them a little bit.
When we talk about Judge so much though, and comparing him to Jeter, for example, it's interesting because when you think about the Yankees, there's so many other names in the Jeter years.
Right.
Tino,
around him.
Bernie,
yes.
Posada.
That all had big moments.
That all delivered so many big moments. And it just seems like with this Yankee team, it's been heaped on Judge every single time. When are you going to be the one to do it? And as you pointed out, it might be a Claude Lemieux who is that guy who does it.
And look, going to my arch rival, Mark Messier, one of the greatest leaders of all time, I grew up with him. He was a mentor of mine. A lot of people know that now. And he was a big reason why he taught me how to be a pro. I known him since 12 years old. I went to his hockey schools and then became great friends. When he was with the Edmonton Oilers and those great teams, I was around those teams watching how those guys carried themselves and how they were pros, and Gretzky and Messier and Yuri Curry and Paul Coffey. Not only great talents, but they were a different breed, and even their role guys, Semenko and Dave Hunter and Lee Fogland, watching how they handle themselves. I was 17, 18-year-old kid, so being around that was amazing for me. Yeah. And saw Mark's leadership at 22 years old and just how they handle those clutch moments. But when we joked when we'd play Edmonton, we'd pass notes before the game. They'd wink at me. Kevin Lowe as well. I was close with all of them. Used to travel the world with them, have some fun, crazy fun when we could. No social media and not getting taken.
Different era.
Yeah, different era. But
the days.
We joke and when Mark went to New York in what was it, 91, 92, whatever it was, we didn't talk for 2 years. That's how intense the rivalry was, and it was just all friendships were off because both teams were good. Both teams, it was a rival. Proximity 6 miles apart from the Meadowlands, New York, and had some epic playoff series. But I watched guys like that grow up and go, man, like you learn so much. And I didn't know it during my career. You realize 5 years after you retire, I'm going, I know why my teams won because there's it's the margins are so slim. But the core group hated to lose more than they'd like to win. I love that saying because it means something. And then being around a guy like Mark and his dynasty years in Edmonton and watching how these guys carried themselves and how they were together and how just nothing fazed them. Sometimes you don't know exactly what it is, but if you're around it enough,
you know it.
You know it.
You know it. You see
it. We're good. We're quietly confident.
How great is this, by the way? Like the storytelling alone, like just that part of it, the experience of winning and what you know and the perspective that can really transcend all sports.
And now guess what? Everyone here at Calandra gets to watch the game with them tonight.
Yeah, and
so
everybody knows
I'm leaving for a little bit. I kind of jam-packed my schedule, unfortunately, but I'll be back 10 minutes into the first period. I'm going to watch it with the fans. I love it because I get to be a fan. So now you might hear me throw a curse word or two.
I love it.
I still always encourage, don't rip guys, but I do at home with my wife and dogs on the couch.
With the dogs. You can only imagine the dogs reacting. Well, we'll all get this experience coming up later on after the show, but Dano's got to run. He's going to come back, though, for the watch party. So, again, we're at Calandra's in Caldwell, New Jersey. Come join us if you can during the show or, of course, for the watch party as well. Dano, thanks so much. We'll see you later on.
Real pleasure being on with you guys. Donnie, get better, my partner. Love you, and thanks for having me, fellas.
Thanks, Ken.
All right, 800-919-3776. We'll grab some calls from you next. Stay with us. Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN, New York.
There's a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2026 Mazda CX-90 Turbo Select with all-wheel drive for $279 for 36 months. Or buy with 1.9% APR for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN T1362010. MSRP $40,680. Zero security deposit. 1.9% APR at $28.60 per month per $1,000 financed, ends 3/31/26.
If you love great food and smart prices, you need to know about Wild Fork Foods. Right now, beef tenderloin is only $10 a pound, and Atlantic salmon portions are just $9.98 a pound. That's serious value on awesome quality cuts. Plus, Wild Fork offers over 450 meat and seafood options, all blast frozen to lock in freshness and flavor. Visit one of their 7 stores across Long Island and New Jersey, or get same-day delivery at wildforkfoods.com.
Life is motion, but for Jaime, debilitating pain in both hips brought everything, including family time, to a halt.
Every doctor told me the same thing. They would do one hip at a time.
At White Plains Hospital, Dr. Jacob Totka's unique expertise provided an alternate approach by replacing both of Jaime's hips on the same day.
In just 2 hours, I got 2 new hips, and I went home that day.
White Plains Hospital, among the best hospitals anywhere that just so happens to be here. A member of the Montefiore Health System.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old.
She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Empower. Ellie here is getting the sleeve she's always dreamed of. She worked with Empower and planned for her next move, so she got good at money. Now she can be a little bad. Oh, by the way, you spelled journey wrong. No worries. She can afford the cover-up, too. Ooh, check out my tat. It says, invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
During Lowe's Pro Savings Days, save more on what goes into the job. Add power to your lineup with a free DeWalt 20-volt max 5-amp-hour battery when you buy a select DeWalt 20-volt max tool. Plus, get up to 35% off select major appliances from Whirlpool, Maytag, and more. Get the job done right. Keep more in your pocket. That's Pro Savings Days. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 3/27. Selection varies by location. While supplies last.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York. We are live at Calandra's Bakery in Caldwell, New Jersey. Fresh bread, classic Italian pastries, baked daily. Taste the tradition today. I am noticing that our pinhead suit, John Winthrop, is tasting just about everything that comes out.
Well, hold on. That's, what you said.
Just everything. The box was open.
Hold on.
We're walking away with pastries.
Oh, hold on.
There was a plate here with food. That's gone.
Yeah, the plate of food is gone.
I don't know where that went.
Which one did he get after? Oh, yeah, he cut right back in the back row. I don't know how he got to the back row.
Look at his face. He's like, yes, it was really good.
Oh,
Notice he didn't touch the little fruit cup.
No,
shock.
The little fruit pastry didn't make
surprised.
it. This tiramisu may have to. I might have to bring one of these back to the wife. That's her number one sweet of choice.
The tiramisu.
Tiramisu, yeah. But this stuff is beautiful.
It really is.
You know, Calandra's brought these to the Rosenberg nuptials.
Oh, really?
On people's way out of the wedding. You had some, Anthony, on the way out. On the way out, there were like tables set up with Calandras.
Oh wow. Well, I'm sure people didn't just take a piece and leave. Like maybe somebody else did. I'm just saying. If you're going to take it, you just eat the whole thing.
Yeah, John, the fact that he reached to the back row and cut out
scraped
half of it.
some and left it, and it's like, oh, no, you can have the rest of it. Like, I don't want to because that's your fork that was in your mouth.
This is giving Oreo cheesecake energy.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he used a knife. That was not his fork. A
No?
communal knife.
You didn't just go in with the fork? All right. Wow. I don't know this, though. I didn't see you do it. You don't know. Some people might have done that.
I could stare at this dessert all day.
You could.
It's really. Are you a sweet guy or no?
I am, but I try to be as.
You fight it?
I fight it.
Yeah,
fight it.
But like
every
left to your devices. Like let's suppose
Oh my God.
you accidentally.
Did you see me last week with the donut? Remember that? And I
you went to
whole
town.
thing. I told everybody don't touch it because I'm eating the whole thing.
So if someone accidentally slips some boubange into your breakfast.
Yeah.
And so you all of a sudden realize you're just completely starved. Where would you go, savory or would you go sweet?
Great call. Depends on the time of day.
Late night.
Late night, sweet.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's the tough one.
Very tough.
You guys know.
Yes, you do.
That's right. That's right.
Anything chocolate and peanut butter?
Oh God.
Anything
God.
Reese's like?
God bless.
Yeah, then it's night termite. Get ready, New York soccer fans. I know you love that.
I love night termite.
New York City FC is back at Yankee Stadium for a massive showdown against Inter Miami on Sunday, March 22nd, with kickoff set for 1 p.m. You don't want to miss this huge matchup. Be there when the boys in blue take the field against Miami. For your chance to be there in person, enter now at ESPNNewYork.com or through the ESPN New York app, which everybody here has, right? The ESPN New York app, everybody? Of course we do. Tickets are available now at Ticketmaster.com/NYCFC. Monica McNutt coming up in the 4 o'clock hour. Talk some Knicks and NBA. But first, we have your calls on Judge and the WBC and more. So let's get to a call here that I'm interested in talking about this topic specifically, because I was feeling the same thing that Eric in Connecticut was feeling. Eric?
Hey, what's up, guys? You know, watching the game last night felt like, to me, watching a Yankee playoff game for the last 15 years. And
it's so true.
I'm curious, are these teams the way they're built? Look, you got it's an all-star team, but are these teams just binary? Are they just on or they're off? You know, is there no gray area anymore, or do you win in the gray area? It just felt like rinse and repeat. And I know it's a spring training tournament, but boy, I've seen that game before, right, Al?
It was giving Yankee playoff, because why? A murderer's row lineup couldn't hit. Think about how maddening that was in a big spot. Just was able to neutralize. And what did the other team do? Small ball, effort stuff, right? It's not like they didn't tear the ball off the cover either.
They didn't.
But the things they did was more of just, get on the base and make things happen. And, it was, what did it take? A home run. What did it take to win the semifinal? Home runs.
Yeah.
Right? It very much was giving Yankee playoffs.
It really did. It's live by the home run, die by the home run.
And then Judge doesn't
come through. And then you get the one home run. You hope that's enough. And guess what happens? Next half inning, immediately lose the lead again to a team that can somehow put it together, even if it's not with a home run.
Unreal.
It is incredibly familiar.
Jaden in Harrisburg. Jaden, you're up next.
Jaden, great name.
Yeah.
Hey, I just wanted to talk about something that Michael was talking about on his show to start, when he was saying how Judge, his clutch numbers are a lot higher than fans make it seem like.
I heard this segment. Yeah,
but,
he was quoting a lot of stats. I did hear this.
But just from you talking about the eye test, and I think context matters too. Like Aaron Judge, let's just say next week on opening day, he hits a 2-run home run in the ninth inning. They give the Yankees the lead. Yes, that's going to go into the clutch stats. But it's opening day. It doesn't really matter that much the first game of the season. But it seemed like a lot of the times in the playoffs, that same moment, he wouldn't come through. And he was talking about, he's the only one getting the blame. What about Harper or Schwarber or those other guys? Well, those other guys are World Series champions, and they come through in those big spots, like Will Smith hitting the game-winning home run in Game 7.
Yeah, Harper has
those guys always come through, and even for the Yankees, Stanton has done that too, and he's even done it in the WBC himself.
Yeah.
It just seems like when Judge gets in those moments where all the eyes are on him and he can dictate whether or not the team can win something meaningful, he kind of fumbles himself a little bit.
Or shrinks.
And that's not to say that he won't ever be like that. But
Jaden, that's
making
an interesting
a great
call.
point.
The specifics, I like that because it's there. Michael was referring to analytics. But there's another analytic, because you can say clutch, but playoff clutch, season-determining clutch is different than late in a game in May. It's not the same thing.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. I don't recall if Michael was quoting playoff stats only or just overall since 2017.
I think it's overall clutch.
Because I agree, a game in May doesn't have that same weight as a game in September even. Not even October. Just give me September a push down the stretch. When Judge was going for the home run record, he was just mashing home runs, and all of a sudden it felt like the end was a crawl just to get to 62.
It
right?
was. No. It got to about
it
got to 55, 56 right now. About 55, 56. It started getting where every day we were talking about it, we were waiting, and they just started.
And he knew everybody was watching. Everybody was waiting for
one every couple days. It became every couple days, every 2-3 days instead of every night.
Yeah.
Although we talked about this briefly with Daneyko, it's something fun to get into anytime. When you talk about pressure and clutch, though, I do not think there's any comparison in all of sports. I don't think there's anything like an at-bat in a pressure situation. I think that is the highest pressure thing in all of professional sports.
I think that's very fair, because every other sports, it's not you and one other in a team concept, right? Tennis it is, golf it could be, but in baseball, the team is there.
In the team sports, it's
but
individual.
It's you versus a pitcher, and the pitcher's the one trying to get you out. That's different than even just
doing the hardest thing that there is to do in all of sports.
I completely agree. The best thing to do in all of Sports Talk Radio is talk to Monica McNutt.
We love Monica McNutt.
And she's going to join us next on Hahn Rosenberg, live from Calandra's in Caldwell, New Jersey, on ESPN New York.
Step inside the game you love with the NBA app. Tap to watch every game as it's happening.
Jalen Brunson does it again!
And never miss a moment of the jaw-dropping action. Get closer to the players than anywhere else. Follow the latest schedules, scores, and stats. Keep up with every story from across the league. And with NBA ID, it's all personalized to you. The game lives here. Download today.
Make cancer screening a part of your annual healthcare routine. New York Presbyterian offers a full range of cancer screenings, including lung, cervical, prostate, colorectal, breast, and more. Regular cancer screenings could save your life by detecting cancer at its earliest, most treatable stages. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester. Learn more at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Rangers fans, shoot your shot with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Rangers. Add some excitement to every Rangers game this season by downloading the BetMGM app and getting instant access to a variety of parlay selection features and live betting options. Enjoy same-game parlays, player props, boosted odds specials, the best daily promotions in the business, and so much more when you sign up. The chase is on for the next Stanley Cup. So get hyped for Rangers action all season long with an official sports betting partner of the New York Rangers. Sign up today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem? In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Everyone needs to take care of their mental health, even running back Bijan Robinson.
When I'm on the field and feeling the pressure, I usually just take a deep breath. When I'm just breathing and seeing what's in front of me, everything just slows down. It just makes me feel great before I run the play.
Just like Bijan, we all need a strong mental game on and off the field. Make a game plan for your mental health at loveyourmindplaybook.org.
Love your mind.
Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Foundation, the Arthur M. Blank Family Foundation, and the Ad Council.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
It's crazy to see how much everyone's changed at these reunions.
Did you see Brian? He's in better shape than he was 25 years ago. How is that even possible?
Yes, he told Tim he started taking Nugenix Total T2.
The testosterone booster?
Yeah, but he said it's way more than that. It also skyrockets nitric oxide in as little as 3 hours. Tim started taking it right away, and trust me, I've already noticed results.
Wow, I might just have to go catch up with Brian.
After 40, energy, strength, drive, it all starts going downhill. Feel like your old self again with Total T2. Stronger, leaner, and more energized. Just text ORDER to 369-369 for your complimentary bottle of new Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone and nitric oxide booster. Text now and you'll also get a free bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator. That's ORDER to 369-369. ORDER to 369-369.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. Product not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
ESPN New York. Now streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe today and watch the show. WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2 New York.
I'll say it for him since he can't be here to say it with us. 403 in the big city. And by big city, I mean Caldwell, New Jersey. That's where we are today. We're at Calandra's Bakery in Caldwell, New Jersey. Calandra's Bakery, fresh bread, classic Italian pastries. I just enjoyed one right now, and it's heaven. Bake daily, by the way. Taste of tradition today. Your calls 800-919-3776. We will continue to talk with you about that, but we're going to another phone line because the lovely and talented Monica McNutt, who joins us each week at this time, is on the line with us today. Monica, how are you?
I sent you a picture of my toilet.
I'm good. Oh, no, hold on,
wow.
Jacob, hold on. Let me set it up.
Did that.
Monica, congratulations. You made Drop Madness.
Oh, yeah.
Jacob, what seed is she?
Give me 1 second. Hold on.
Yeah.
Well, do you remember, Anthony, what seed Monica is? Like an 11 seed?
11, the dangerous 11 seed.
In the troubling region.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she is a 10 seed in the
10 seed.
Yeah, play it
region.
for one more time.
Here's your
I sent you a picture of my toilet, by the way.
There you go. Congratulations.
You are in
I'm honored.
The dance.
It's my first time in the dance. I'm just really proud of the culture that we've built.
You turned them around quick, man. It's impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. I was actually
Monica
distracted, though, guys. I was distracted, though, because Hahn's eating pastries? What world is this?
I know.
A sliver, Mon. A sliver. Because you know if I had anything more than that.
Wait, Monica, hold on. This is interesting insight. Monica, on the road, is Alan that guy that, like, when you guys are letting go and having a good meal, he's still having salad and won't touch the pastry?
False.
Okay, so here's what I will say. No, he's going to enjoy himself if we are having, like, a family moment. Like, we had a great dinner earlier this year. All of us who are repped with, we had some folks in town. Like, we had a great dinner after the Knicks game. It was late, Peter. He was eating food and real food late with us. Wow. We were there after hours. They kept the kitchen open. But he is influential. I will share that both Tyler Murray and Pat O'Keefe have now duplicated the Hahn breakfast smoothie that is very mindful to only have half of a banana and not a whole, because too much sugar, peanut butter, and some other ingredients that I'm not, like, they're fine, but, like, he's very influential.
I have
with
bad
his rigidity.
news. I want to tell you something, Monica, that you should relay to Pat O'Keefe and Tyler Murray. Alan also has something going for him called incredible metabolism.
No,
hear me out. Monica, I pointed out one day, and he knows this is true. He was sitting there eating his Trader Joe's, like, whatever, salad it was, tuna salad.
It was chicken salad.
Chicken salad. And I'm watching him. It was
an entire pound.
And Monica, I'm a little bit of a husky fellow, so I'm watching all of the amount of calories in each thing just to maintain being husky. And I'm watching him, and I see him finish the entire thing. I went, Alan, you eat that in one sitting? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, Alan, have you ever looked at the total calories in that thing? Monica, he's having 1,200 calories at lunch. He doesn't even know it.
But I'm having like 20 grams of protein, though.
But I'm just saying, he's special. He's special.
I literally, Rosenberg was about to be like, he was all into the protein, I'm sure, and how little sugar.
Oh, yeah, that's what he said. It's all the protein, no carbs.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, nobody cares about this conversation. We care more about talking with you about things like these Knicks. And, Monica, how we always tend to amplify losses and things we don't like while, oh, look, they have the best record since January 21st. Oh, look, they have the best defense since January 21st. Like, all these things that come up, and yet we seem to have this daily anxiety about the team. Did last night, even though, again, another start where a team is hot, and I know it's the undermanned Pacers, but they're playing a lot of undermanned teams right now. Did last night do anything for you when it comes to at least calming some anxiety as they've won 4 in a row?
Not really. I think the most productive piece of last night for me was a steady version of Jose Alvarado, and to the Josh Hart should not start crowd. Do you see why he's so important? And I know it looks different when JB is available, but those are the two biggest things that I took out of last night. I think, though, Hahn, because I've been thinking about this a lot lately, because I feel like, and you guys are in New York, and Hahn, obviously, we're super close to the team. But I feel like people, if I had to explain it to you like you're a fifth grader, right, people would be like, wait, they're winning, and, like, their record's great, and their defensive rating is improving, and their offensive rating is improving, and they're very formidable. But I don't think you could tell the story of where the Knicks fan base is right now with this year in isolation. And I think that's where we keep getting hung up. Because this, to me, is a 3-year chaptered story at this point. And everybody keeps flipping back to, I don't know, chapter 3 of the first season as this team is beginning to become a team that was formidable around the league. And it does look and feel different, even though the numbers, the stats, the record bear out that this is a really good team.
So I asked you this like a month ago, and I'll ask it again. Have your expectations for this team changed at all, or are we still just sadly in kind of wait and see whether they have that year when we get there mode?
My expectations have not changed. I am still I still am wait and see, because by all indications, statistically, on paper, right, they should be fine. Like, they should be fine. They should get through the first round. They should get through a second round. Should get through a second round. Like, the second round is obviously where it starts to get a little bit tricky, and then you're back to the conference finals. So the talent is there. I think when you get to the playoffs, Rosenberg and Hahn, we watched this last year, the winning happens in the margins, right? It's in the adjustments. Now, some of those margins are going to be coaches' adjustments, literal game adjustments, and the other part of it is going to be the intangibles that already exist within your unit when the rubber gets toughest. And I think that is where the jury's a little bit out on what this group will look like when you really got to hit it. Because I think last year was a bit of a surprise. I think they thought they were going to be better than the year before, but I don't think people thought they were going to be as good as they were last year.
And then once they got to the conference finals, it was like, wait a minute, now you're the favorite. You should do this. And then that's when it all kind of fell apart. And with that in mind, I think that's why – so I want to defend now what I was just sort of mocking, which is why even though this team does continue to stack wins, is at 45 now, closing in on another 50-win season, the fact that you look at different parts of the team because you're judging it now from the prism of not – is this a good team? Is this a team that could make a run? Now you're judging it from saying, how do they compare to the other teams that we would say are the best in the league? Can they be one of those? And so one area, because like Anunoby for a while with the toe, you were concerned, but boy, he's really come back. Josh had himself a game last night to remind you of how important he is. Towns, and since the All-Star break, is shooting a three the way we remember him shooting a three. Those are all good things. And then Jalen Brunson's Jalen Brunson. So now I bring you to Mikal Bridges. And we talked about it on the postgame show a little bit, trying to find the positives in what he's doing while he's going through a shooting slump. But is there a fix for Mikal Bridges? Because it seems like his frustration on his face and the way he has talked lately about sometimes the ball doesn't find me. Okay, last year you didn't love the coach and the system. This year, are you saying it's the same problem? And then, it becomes more of a you problem than it does a coaching problem and a system problem. So how do you fix this?
Man, you preaching, ain't you? I literally have said to people, come on now, I keep being like, I'm going to get to your question, but I keep being like, as much as things change, they say to stay the same. I can tell you the formula that's going to lead to winning for this team, and it looks a lot like what Tom Thibodeau did with them last year. No shade to Mike Brown. I think he's doing a great job, but, like, the core of the group remains the same. Anywho, that's a whole other rant.
You're absolutely right.
As far as Bridges is concerned, it is personal mirror gut check time in my mind. The thing that I think would unlock him most is the thing that he has not done historically. You got to go ahead and get into the fight. You got to get physical, right? Like, you have to put all of your energy on the defensive side of the basketball. You got to get a couple free throws in, right? Like, you got to stop fading away from the basket. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
are you saying that you got to stop trying to preserve yourself to get to 82 games played and just play?
I mean, listen, you said it. Listen, I didn't say that, but I think that's a fair way to summarize what we're looking at, right? And listen, I take nothing away from the streak that he's managed. It is a feat for sure.
It's remarkable.
It's incredible. But I do think what is more important. Like other day when Shai Gilgeous-Alexander got the Chamberlain record, he said, and he may have just said this off the top of the dome because it was the right thing to say, media savvy, but he put it out there that he would have traded the record if it meant that his team got a win. And I remember y'all, and I was like, great answer, media trained, like whatever. But in my head, I was like, boy, what? In the regular season? And y'all already won a championship? You better hold on to that record. Who cares? Like, y'all gonna win another game. But in terms of what you prioritize, there's a reason why he is an MVP and likely to be a two-time MVP by the end of this season, right? And I'm not saying that Mikal Bridges is going to become Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I'm not saying that. But I do think that if this is now 2 years under two different systems, and you're running into some of the same issues, then how can you change within the system, right? Can you get to the glass more aggressively? Can you lean forward instead of back on your attempts? Can you really pick it up on the defensive end, right? Slumps happen. Like, I've lived through them. Like, I get it. Slumps happen. And the only way to shoot out of them is to shoot through them, literally. But there are other ways to get yourself going and to be energized. And so, to me, it requires a mentality shift. And I will say this, y'all, as I look at Bridges, this probably will not be the first time that this happens to him in his career. And I think, and we've already heard it, moving forward, people want to feel your impact on a basketball game. And it's just hit or miss. Like, I've gone back and forth with Knicks fans at this point that are like, they see him as the X factor in terms of what this team can achieve. Because if he gives you the performance that we saw, Christmas Day a couple of years ago, or even prior to the last Pacers game when he was averaging 22 points, the last Pacers games when he was averaging 22 points against them, like, that potentially is a swing piece in terms of this team being able to compete with the firepower of other teams in the Eastern Conference, right? When you get to Boston, Detroit, whoever you want to say might be in the way. But I don't know. The psychology of these pro athletes, the psychology of humans, I don't want to make it crazy, but like in particular our pro athletes, it's a delicate thing because confidence is so intertwined to who you are. And I don't know, y'all. They always say you get better during the offseason, not during the season. So I don't know if this is the time to be like, hey, just try to get to the free throw line, when that's like not what he does. I see it that way, but that's also not what he does.
Yeah. To me, though, again, how do you impact if you're not getting shots because today is Towns' day or OG's day, right? How do you stay involved? You can still get it done on the other end of the floor. That's why they went out and got 2 wings that have defensive backgrounds, because they know, like, you guys have to always bring it at that end of the floor. That's your field goal attempts. To me, like, that's why you're here. Cat says something regularly to me after games, and it blows my mind because it's become his mantra since after the All-Star break. I want to star in my role for this team. And I think that's exactly the mentality that a player has to have. Yeah,
but you also have to be honest about your role. And I think that's probably where things get a little musty in the case that we're talking about.
Yeah, okay.
Right?
Go
ahead,
Rosenberg. No, you go.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if we go with what you said about Cat, because I think you're absolutely right. But Cat got to New York saying, this is JB's team and I'm here to support him, right? There was a whole different mentality from a guy that is, what is he, a 6-time All-Star, 5-time All-NBA, number 1 draft pick. Like, there's a different mentality in terms of, I'm just trying to win a championship. And even last year when he talked about being sort of revengeful after being traded from Minnesota or fired, however he used to say it, right? But he's very clear on his role. I don't know, and this is just my observation because I think you're right, I don't know that Mikal is clear on his role. Because to me, you're supposed to be part of this Wingstop tandem, which means that side of the ball would already be getting more energy more consistently.
Right.
And I don't know that that's been the case since he's been in the Knicks uniform. In his mind, his role is, what does that make him, the scorer in his mind, right?
Yeah,
and I'm not saying that he cannot be impactful when he's right.
Yeah.
When he is scoring, it's great. Of course you're going to take it. But you're right. In terms of where you put your energy is based on how your role is defined in your mind or how it has been clearly defined. And right now, I'm not sure which one is winning out.
Last one I have, are you getting a sense as we head down the stretch here that Cat has sort of the focus that is expected of him given the importance of this season and given the conversation that was around him earlier in the year?
I do. And I think that he has gotten in better shape as the season has gone, which is not super uncommon. Like,
that's
I do think guys play themselves.
Very good observation. Very good observation.
Yeah, I think, some guys play themselves into better conditioning, and that's fine. Like, no shade, but as long as you get there, right? Listen, I love Cat's approach because I am also one who's very holistic minded. And I don't think that necessarily takes away from how bad you want it or how bad you love the game. I think that while he is measured with what he says on the microphone, I do think he gets it. Like the way that David Adelman praised him was really refreshing when we were back in Denver, but it was also a reminder for me that, like, it's like in him. Like, he got it. Like, I think we went through ebbs and flows this season as he was trying to get it together. But the shooting's back. He's still rebounding. What is he at, 49 double-doubles?
Yeah.
Or 47? Is it 49 or 47?
He got didn't he get his 49th last night or 48th?
I thought it was 49. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
48?
Maybe.
But so, like, he's got it. So, yes. I will also add, Rosenberg, I think Mike Brown has said this too, like, when he was about his shot attempts, I think that he's learning how to and playing really well in their double big lineup. And so I think it is a different sort of looking Cat. It is the Cat of this iteration of the New York Knicks, and I think it works.
Yeah, and that'll be interesting, too, when it comes to matchups come postseason. All right, Mon, I do want to bring up something, though, because we have talked about this on our show, and I know you do have a connection to it. And I'd love to get your take on the fact that the WNBA and the WNBA Players Association at least have reached a verbal agreement to have a new deal in time for the season. And, the salaries are going to go up. I think they're talking about there'll be $1 million salaries now in this league.
Yeah.
What does that mean for you, and how important was this, or is it not enough in your mind?
Listen, man, I'm trying to work this summer, so I was thrilled that we're going to have a season. I think, to me, Hahn, and I said this from the beginning, and I'm so glad to be wrong because I really thought this thing was going to head toward a short lockout. I didn't think we would miss a whole season, but I thought we would get some more significant delays. You move the ball forward. It might not be a touchdown on this particular one, but you move the ball forward. There's a lot of good in this verbal agreement so far. I mean, the salary cap going from, I think it was like $600,000 a few years ago up to, I believe it's going to be around $7 million, $6 million, is a huge deal, right? Like, I know that the revenue share is not exactly what the players wanted, but they got a lot of what they wanted. They've certainly moved the ball significantly down the field. And I just think of the women that I'm privileged to call colleagues now that I loved and adored in the formative years of the WNBA, the Cheryl Swoops, the Lisa Leslies, the Swin Cash. Like, each CBA moves you forward, right? And you can't get to the next one without the last one. And so while this one is historic, I think it was delicately placed because, the players have a lot that they have the ability to ask for, but we're also thinking of the future. And in order to move forward, you got to capitalize on the moment and the enthusiasm that's around women's basketball. So there's a lot of good stuff in there. I haven't had a chance today to really dig all the way into it, just kind of read the headlines. But I'm really excited they got that done. I think Nneka Ogwumike could run the United States if she so desired. I think she's a tremendous leader, and I'm just really proud to know a lot of those women.
Yeah, the salary cap, according to Shams Charania, is going to go to $7 million, up from $1.5 million just last year. Supermax starts at $1.4 million, which last year it was $249,000. So you're talking about a dramatic difference there for Supermax. Average salary $600,000. It was $120,000 last year, and minimum salary will be $300,000. Minimum will be $300,000. Last year it was $66,000. So that is significant. But of course, with all the time these things, it's a step forward. But it's certainly, if the continued investment in this league, if that happens and the stars and the star power that this league is starting to develop, especially coming out of the women's college game, then, it is definitely headed in the right direction. And Monica gets to work this summer because she doesn't work enough.
Finally.
That
do
work has a
something,
special
Monica.
place. Don't worry. We'll be getting the travel trips in as well, the vacation trips in, when I'm excited for the W season.
Absolutely. All right, well, we're excited to get to the playoffs as well. We're always excited to talk to you, Mon. Thanks so much for the time. We'll talk to you next week.
No problem. Sounds good. Enjoy the bakery.
All right. Monica McNutt, she is in Drop Madness. Very excited about that. Do we know, so what's her drop going up against?
Yeah, Jacob, you got that? She has the Monica.
Take it off. Take it all off.
Well, tough day for Monica. You know
wow.
What I mean? That's just not.
All right, Winthrop disagrees. Okay.
No, take it off. Take it all off could win the whole thing to me. Am I? It can't get better than that. It's.
That's a tough one.
Because the essence of the drop to me is all about removing context to make it funny.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out what Richard could possibly be saying.
Would he say
that we'd be screaming at someone,
but
take it off, take it all off.
Just to be fair, Jacob, play Monica's one more time.
I sent you a picture of my toilet, by the way.
That's one out of context, too, where you're like...
No, it's insane.
It's maybe because the audio isn't as crisp.
Not as crisp.
Richard.
And I was there for that one.
Took a picture of my toilet.
No, it's insane. It's an insane thing.
For Monica to say that at all.
Well, and even in the context that it could be the context, it wouldn't make sense. Like, why would you say... Anyways.
Right.
But I wasn't there the day Richard said take it all off.
That was some...
And he also... That was the other drop came from that day, too. When he talked about the two women.
Yeah. Yeah, we got 2 for 1 in that day.
And I missed both. So I show up going, what the hell was this guy talking about when I was gone?
Beautiful women died. I'll give you them quickly.
No one had more enthusiasm to talk about 2 actresses who passed away.
Good. And then he somehow got to take it off.
Take it off. Yep. Take it all off.
He did.
Well, Michael must be cringing about the old episodes of Center Stage they're showing today. They have been showing one episode after another from his Gavone era. He is not going to love this.
Is this Repug K? Are you calling him Repug K?
I wouldn't say it's quite Repug K, but I know how he feels about this timeline of episodes.
Yeah.
Like 10, 11, that era. He was just a large-faced fellow in that time.
Wow.
But guess what? I'm in my large-face era right now, so who am I to judge?
I'm going to leave that alone. We have a list coming up. Now, Don's not here, so we have curated our own list.
Very good one, too.
And this is one that we feel is very topical for the day because, as we mentioned, Judge not coming through. There's a lot of criticism of him being this one of the all-time greats who just doesn't get it done in a clutch moment. So, who are the top 5 great players who were never considered clutch?
And since Don is not here to make the list, and we did this, I'd love if you want to jump on the phone lines and give us one. Would love your suggestions.
Well, we'll play the Who You Taking Out.
Yeah, 1-800-919-3776. All-time great athletes who were not clutch. That's the list next.
All right, Hahn Rosenberg live from Calandra's in Caldwell, New Jersey on ESPN New York.
There's a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2026 Mazda CX-30 2.5S preferred all-wheel drive for just $219 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN TM108368. MSRP $31,435. Zero security deposit. Ends 3/31/26.
Gold is now nearly $5,200 an ounce, and silver is at an all-time high. Now is the best time to cash in on your unused gold and silver by going to the Estates Roadshow. Gold and silver, old rings, chains, and even broken jewelry. Don't wait. Cash in while gold and silver are hot. 3 locations this week: Staten Island as well as Clark and Old Bridge, New Jersey. Bring your gold, silver, coins, diamonds, and watches, even broken pieces, and get cash on the spot. The prices of gold and silver are at an all-time high, so there's never been a better time to sell. No appointments, no fees, no pressure. Just friendly professional buyers with over 35 years in the business. Go to the Estates Roadshow Monday through Friday in Clark, New Jersey at the Holiday Inn, Staten Island at the Hilton Garden Inn, and Friday through Tuesday in Old Bridge at TMT Cash for Gold, the bright yellow building on Route 9 South. Get some cash in your hands today at the Estates Roadshow. For more info, follow Estates Roadshow on Facebook or go to tmtcashforgold.com.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Life is motion, but for Jaime, debilitating pain in both hips brought everything, including family time, to a halt.
Every doctor told me the same thing. They would do one hip at a time.
At White Plains Hospital, Dr. Jacob Totka's unique expertise provided an alternate approach by replacing both of Jaime's hips on the same day.
In just 2 hours, I got 2 new hips, and I went home that day.
White Plains Hospital, among the best hospitals anywhere that just so happens to be here. A member of the Montefiore Health System.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Shh! Here she comes! Surprise! They sent a duplicate shipment to your flower shop! Now you have to pay for 1,000 extra carnations! Also, there's a beehive outside your store! And they're super aggressive! There's thousands of them!
Progressive knows small business owners usually don't like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise? Saving 13% on commercial auto insurance when you pay in full.
Also, the egg salad you just ate was expired! Gross!
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Now it's time for traffic with Susie Cerrone.
Hey there, guys. Thanks. We are jammed on the belt eastbound from Lefferts to Francis Lewis Boulevard from an accident that's been cleared. Crash on the Van Wyck northbound at Jamaica Avenue. It's in the center lane. Stall on the BQE southbound at Morgan Avenue. That is in the right lane. You're backed up from Northern Boulevard. Crash on the Garden State Parkway northbound at Vauxhall Road. That's 141. It's blocking a lane. Delays northbound, southbound as well. And in Clifton, accident just cleared off Route 3 eastbound at Broad Street. We are sponsored by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation, at the forefront of care and research for over 50 years. Learn more. Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org. I'm Susie Cerrone for 880 ESPN New York.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
You just made the list, buddy.
This is The List with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
And Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, we are live at Calandra's Bakery in Caldwell, New Jersey. Fresh bread, classic Italian pastries, baked daily, taste of tradition. Today, we're actually now trying out the olive oil. A little bit of pepper, a little bit of bread. What do you think, Peter?
I'm very into it. I mean, this is bad because I'm in a bad way right now, and I'm trying to turn this thing around.
Too late.
And like the day you're trying to turn it around, I was like, well, you know, it's probably got to be tomorrow.
Yeah, it's definitely a tomorrow.
It's a tomorrow situation.
You know what you are? You're like the Jets, the battleship that just takes a long time to turn in the water.
I don't know if
That's
I don't know if you've ever had a period like this since your non-repug days.
Oh, absolutely.
I've just had like a 2-year stretch where I can't pull it together. You know what I mean? It's just I can't. Every time I think I'm going to pull it together, I don't, and I am 1 month from WrestleMania.
Oh, no.
So this is the time.
You got to tighten up.
No, I have time to pull it together. It would be right now.
Tighten
if I
up.
want to do it, when it comes to the weight, Richard, take it off. Take it all off.
That's exactly it.
Right now.
Just the weight, not
the weight.
Not the
Yes,
clothes,
the weight.
please. All right, so normally this is Don's segment.
Right.
The
list. Yeah, we love the list.
And he curates it, and then we each have to make guesses. But he's not here.
Top 5 times Don has gotten sick right before a station event and can't come.
Wow. Well, this has got to be, what, third on the list?
I think it's second. Is it second or third?
Second?
Oh, it's 3?
Yeah.
Top 3. Wow. And then we do another one. Top 5 times Michael Kay has come to an event of his but is not able to talk. There's only one. No, there's only one. It's number 1 with a bullet, though.
That did happen.
The beach bash.
All right. Well,
all right, so what do we got?
This list, because we were talking about the WBC and Aaron Judge going 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, which for every Yankee fan's like, not again. And then, of course, all the social media vitriol that he has received of people that are calling him out for being one of, if not the best player in the sport right now of his generation, and yet doesn't have a World Series ring, doesn't have a big World Series moment, and doesn't seem to have big playoff clutch moments. Yesterday was, unfortunately, an example that fed that beast.
Yes, it did.
So, what if we did a list of the greatest players who just were not clutch?
Great players, but seemingly without the clutch gene. Talk to me.
So, the first name I think is the most obvious one to give. In all of sports, this is one player who actually did some winning. But in big moments, we saw epic meltdowns.
Oh, I know where you're going.
And his name?
Greg Norman.
Greg Norman.
Yeah.
Like, how do you know? I understand it's golf. It's different because it's not a team sport. It's an individual. But that makes it even more. He was Tin Cup before the movie. Like, there were just times where you were watching going, not again. Not again.
That's the shark to you and me.
Yeah, that's true.
Now,
he was a guppy when it came time to win.
Well, that's the interesting part, is he's a great player.
Great player.
But at the same time, he's most famous for, sadly, maybe the nickname, but also the coming up small in big spots. Yeah. He had to be there. I think
it's just if we're going to start the list, it's got to start there.
It's a good starting point.
Remember from the 90s, this is somebody that was just a talented player that year after year would drive you crazy by losing. Another name that I think is just easy to put on this list is James Harden. It's more recent, but James Harden's somebody that is this is a guy, multiple MVPs. This guy was a scoring champion. Everything that he's done during the regular season, during the prime of his career, even to today, it just screams this is one of the best players of his generation. And yet, whenever he gets to the postseason, head in the sand. It's unbelievable. Since he left OKC, and that's the one time he actually did get to a finals, but he wasn't a key player. He was a six-man. But we have seen, and nothing bigger than, of course, him and Joel Embiid in Philadelphia a couple of years ago.
You're talking about Jim Harden.
Yes, that's right. That would be Jim Harden to you and me. I think James Harden is an obvious name to add to this list.
Well, because there's a lot of funny headlines kind of around James Harden. He is one of the most talented players ever. Like he is a sick player. Yeah. There's not even a conversation.
No.
He's the kind of guy that if you ever got to watch him play, you ever think about players like this? That if you ever saw them like walk up to a playground, they'd literally be the most disgusting player you ever saw?
Yes.
That's James Harden.
Yeah.
He's that good. And he was on that team, obviously part of that original three with Westbrook and KD in Oklahoma City. Mm-hmm. And he was a great player and the best player multiple times. But, yeah, he's a guy who kind of shrunk in the biggest spots.
All right. I'm going to stay recent.
All right.
And I'm going to throw another name out that might be a tad controversial. But I actually think this is a name that, for now, if you're going to put Judge on this list, which we have not done that yet, but I think Lamar Jackson, multiple MVP. When we get to the playoffs, what happens? I'll tell you what happens.
Yeah, go ahead.
Nothing.
Yeah, that's right.
And how are you judged as a quarterback in the NFL?
Unfortunately, Super Bowl rings and playoff performances.
Can you win?
That's right.
And, Josh Allen has won an MVP. Josh Allen's also a guy that keeps running into the wall a little bit. But you wouldn't say that he's not clutch. You'd say his team at times just hasn't been good enough, right? Joe Burrow's already shown us that he can slay the dragon when his team's right. So we've seen him do it. We know Mahomes is as clutch as they come. And so in this era right now of the great quarterbacks, right, Stafford has proven it as well. Lamar Jackson's a guy that probably has as much talent, if not more, than anyone else playing the position, as judged by his multiple MVPs. Cannot get it done in the playoffs. That has to be a guy who's going to try to play his way off this list one day because he's still playing. But he's got to be on this list.
He does, man. And I feel bad because maybe if Mark Andrews doesn't randomly have hands of stone in one moment, maybe we're having a different conversation about
fair,
Lamar.
But isn't that part of it?
But you also can't remove the fact that even with the Andrews, that doesn't change the drubbing in 2019 in the playoffs out of the blue that you didn't expect. He's had a lot of rough performances. There's no way around it.
Okay. Now the next name, this is going to hurt. Going to hurt me personally. It's going to be hard for me to say. But I have to admit that this is a player that when you consider the body of work, it's got to be on this list. He is one of my favorite people and favorite players of all time.
Oh, I know. It's Patrick Ewing.
It's Patrick
Ewing.
Yeah,
it has to be. Yeah.
And if you think about 1995, he has a chance to win the game. Now, the year before came up clutch because he had the putback dunk that sent the team to the finals, won the series. The following year, he has a chance with the ball in his hands to make a bucket that will win the game again. And he hits the back rim and it goes out. And then after that, what happens in the postseason for him? It's the inability to get past Jordan, yes. Injuries in 98, 99, and it just kind of ended really poorly. But I think that 95 one feels like that's a clutch moment you got to come through, and he didn't. And that was the thing with Patrick. Every year, promising, winning a championship. You love that. He set the tone every year. But the problem is, never did. Now, can you blame him for 94? Can you blame him for 94 when Starks took the shot that was blocked by Olajuwon instead of passing to Ewing? And then in Game 7, Starks couldn't make it. It wasn't Ewing that was,
Starks owns 97. There's no Game 7.
94.
I mean, Game 7 and 94. There's no question.
But in the series against Olajuwon, he was outplayed by Olajuwon. And so I love the guy. But if we're making this list and we're being fair, as much as it kills me, he's got to be the fourth guy on this list.
Well, and the reason he gets it to me in ahead of like a Barkley, for example. Barkley,
or a Malone.
They really didn't have that moment. They just ran up against a better Bulls team and lost, right? In the case of Charles in Phoenix and Karl Malone in
anybody
Utah.
that lost to the Bulls, it's like that was one of the greatest
Which, by the
teams.
way, Patrick was able to do that too.
Yeah.
No, I mean, don't forget, the Knicks also lost to the Bulls.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
But that's not what we're talking about.
And 93 is a great example. A 60-win team couldn't get past him.
Yeah.
Couldn't beat him, and you were up 2-0 in the series. Couldn't get past him. All right. So that leaves us now with one more on the list. We have options. I want to make this a democracy.
I like this. I like the discussion of the last one.
Because I feel like this needs to be one that we all kick around a little bit. So with John here, with Anthony here as well, and Jacob back at the studio can certainly chime in. I'm going to give you three names and you tell me which one of these three from three different sports belongs as the last name on this list that we have given so far. The first name is Jim Kelly. Went to a Super Bowl 4 straight years. Never won one. There is Roberto Luongo, who might have won gold medals with Canada. But as a player in the NHL, he got to a Stanley Cup final, lost 4-0 in a Game 7. And was considered a guy that was one of the best at his position throughout his career, yet couldn't win the big one. And for a goaltender in the NHL, when you're one of the best goalies, that the kind of next thing is it's like the NFL. If you're one of the best quarterbacks, you got to win a Super Bowl. If you're one of the best goalies in the NHL, you got to find a way to win, if not one. Right? The greats all did it. We just mentioned Brodeur earlier. Hasek. The best ones always do. So that's another one. And then the last name is the one we've talked about already today. Aaron Judge. Put him in the current category along with Lamar Jackson.
Well, if Lamar's there, though.
You know what I mean? So,
because the reason,
who is the fifth name?
The reason Lamar is there is not because of the level of the failures. The reason he's there is because of the level of the player that he is with the failures.
All right.
Which is what makes Judge.
Multiple MVP?
Multi-time.
That's what Aaron Judge is.
Because those two players.
Record books, Aaron Judge.
Judge is better than every other player you mentioned.
Yes. Yeah, I would agree.
None of the ones you just mentioned are as good as Aaron Judge.
Kelly and Luongo, right.
Kelly's close. Kelly was really good.
Kelly was really good, Hall of Famer, but
really good.
At his time, he was one of the best quarterbacks.
Never the best.
But nobody ever said, that's the pinnacle.
No, and Judge is the pinnacle. Lamar has 2 MVPs. Lamar is on one hand. They're 4 guys basically who are always there. One of them is Lamar. So I say Judge is probably the guy out of only because of how good he is.
Anthony? All right. John?
No, you don't have to. I don't have to be right on this.
No, but it's
how good he
is,
though. Yeah.
It's the game of who you're taking out. And Jake?
I got Judge.
Wow.
Jake is the fake Mets fan because he also likes the Dodgers.
That's crazy.
So
that was a good drop, by the way,
That's a really
Jacob.
good drop.
I'd like you to mark your "That's crazy" there.
Yeah, we need that.
And also, we haven't gotten enough Don I sucks today. I think we need some of those as well. Every time we mention Don not being here, his drop. Yeah, that's right. Which, by the way, you notice he's writing that in our text group.
He keeps texting it.
He keeps texting that too.
I suck.
Yeah, Don feels really bad.
It was
about
such a
this.
sad moment too when he said it today. It was like, oh, Don. So of course, instead of saying, oh, I don't feel bad, it's like, it's like, hey, get back in the bubble.
Yeah, he pulled the Pusick right there. It just brought us down instead.
Right. All right. Well, that's the list then. If that's what we're doing.
I love what you've done.
Greg Norman, James Harden, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Ewing, Aaron Judge.
5 best players seemingly without the
greatest
clutch.
Players who just never were able to come through in the clutch.
I love what you've done.
Now, again, the Ewing one, you could argue the putback dunk was a clutch moment. But it was a putback dunk. It wasn't like give him the ball and make something happen. Right? Is that fair?
Yeah.
Because, again, it's the who you taking out part of it.
Out.
Jim Kelly did get to Super Bowls, but, man, he had some untimely interceptions.
He did. I mean,
the
listen.
big comeback that the Bills had that year against Houston, the Oilers to you and me.
Yeah, that's right.
In 93, he got hurt. Frank Reich came in the game second. He's the one that led the comeback. That's your new Jets offensive coordinator.
That's exactly.
So he wasn't even part of what would have been one of the epic comebacks in playoff history.
Now listen, the Scott Norwood game, you can't put that on Jim Kelly.
That is not on him.
He put them in position.
But you could argue, however, they did not get down the field. Remember, that field goal was 47 yards, which at the time was
47 to 43. 47? 47. Yeah, they only scored 19 points, and that's a great offense. That was a really, Andre Reed, James Lofton, that's a really good.
That's the K-gun.
Thurman Thomas. That's a hell of an offense.
But it was also a great defense.
That's
so,
right.
They got neutralized. So, anyway, that's the list. Agree or disagree with any of the names, including Judge being on that. We'll take your calls at 800-919-3776.
Let's do it.
So, we'll get to calls. We got more to get to, of course, with you, and a lot more fun happening right now here at Calandra's Bakery in Caldwell, New Jersey. Don Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Long Island is more exciting than ever at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. This month, you'll be feeling March magic when you win your share of $50,000 cash during our Rainbow Riches drawing. Be here every Wednesday in March from 2 to 7 p.m. Each hour, one lucky guest is drawn to win up to $5,000 cash. Earn entry starting at 12:30 p.m. Come chase the rainbow every Wednesday in March, where Long Island wins at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
50 years from now, will jeans be wide or skinny? Will email still exist? Will guac still be extra? One thing is certain. If you won the new Millionaire for Life from the New Jersey Lottery today, you'd still be getting $1 million every year for life. That's enough money to say, bring it on, the future. I will have that guacamole at any price.
Play the new Millionaire for Life today. Anything can happen in Jersey. Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
ZipRecruiter. Listen, I know the mentality. You try to play through pain and walk it off. Push through one more day. But when it comes to neck pain, back pain, sciatica, or nerve pain, that's a losing game. That's when you call Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain. Dr. Shaw is one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and he focuses on non-surgical solutions that get real results. No cuts, no downtime, no dependence on pain meds. He builds you a custom game plan for you so that you can move better, feel better, and live pain-free. Same day or next day appointments are available. Visit SandwellPain.com. Stop managing pain. Start beating it.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your knowledge to work on the events that matter to you. Prediction Markets isn't just sports. It's the Fed rate decision, your favorite awards show, and so much more beyond the playing field. Trade events with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Smalls here. Did you know there are many ways to do your taxes with H&R Block? You can go to a local office and get expert help in person, or you can choose virtual tax prep and get expert help without leaving home. Or you can even do them yourself online with live human help standing by. Whatever you choose, you can file with confidence, having H&R Block's 70-plus years of tax expertise in your corner. Switch today and file your way at hrblock.com.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
It's DiPietro and Rothenberg's Pickleball Madness. This Friday at Pickleball Heaven in Medford, Long Island. Come out and watch them play, dominate, or be humbled.
Meet Rick DiPietro and see his hot, sexy body and play pickleball with him. Get to play, pickleball with Rick and Dave, and it's going to be great.
The show starts at 6 a.m., followed by pickleball at 10 a.m. and a tournament watch party at noon. Come out and see the guys. Enjoy the pickleball and college hoops action. Entry is free and open to the public. Brought to you by Pickleball Heaven. We'll see you there.
The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ RSQ. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problems gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply.
Oh, Jersey's own.
Oh, I like what
Peter
you've done.
Rosenberg.
I like what you've done.
Yeah. What was that? Say that again. The Queen's birthday.
Latifah's birthday.
Is she 55?
I'd say she maybe 58.
You think she's older than me? I thought we were the same age.
Oh, well, if you knew
56.
something.
What?
She's 56.
All right, she's a year older. Okay, so she's a 70.
One of the craziest experiences
Generation
I
X.
had when I first got to New York in 07,
Mhm.
around sometime that within that first year, there was a charity softball game between like Hot 97 and the Newark like fire department or something.
Okay.
The whole thing, in retrospect, is like an episode of a TV show about my life that like no one could have ever believed this. Like a year earlier, I'm just a jamoke in Maryland.
Oh, yeah.
And now I'm on a softball team with like Funkmaster Flex, Angie Martinez, Queen Latifah. No, it was a crazy for me at that time, having just been plucked out of obscurity.
Right.
It was, and I had a terrible throw to Flex. I played third, and I had a terrible throw to Flex that led to him when he reached out to make the catch. It was a bad enough throw that like he fell over flat on his face making the catch. Oh man, Angie and Queen Latifah had like a flask in the dugout. Oh, it was an incredible experience. Oh yeah, it's a charity game for God's sake.
Well, of course it is. Yes.
Oh, it's a time. Happy birthday, Latifah.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
absolutely. Hey, let's do a game time here.
Why not?
Everybody can join in if you know what you're supposed to do.
Or don't.
Or don't.
Or just let the drop play and
You
move
just
on.
wanna just-
Call
yeah.
it a day.
Yeah, you sure?
As my wife likes to
wanted
say,
a good
call
one.
it a day.
Call it a day?
Yeah.
She had a lot
My
to you.
wife will use
She
call,
says that a lot to you, doesn't she?
She uses call it a day. Whenever she wants to sum anything up. I'll bet we're deciding on food. It's like, how about order some sesame chicken?
Let me just call it a day. That's her I'm all set?
It's her all set. We're going to call it a day.
Well, we're going to call it game time, brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time,
It's totally time.
It certainly is. It's also why we're here at Calandra's in Caldwell, New Jersey. Why? Rangers, Devils. Coverage immediately follows us on 880 at 6:30. Note the start time. And we will have a watch party here at Calandra's with you, Ken Daneyko, Rick DiPietro, Peter Rosenberg,
That's right.
and Mio.
That was the worst dad joke, and yet I loved it.
You know,
that's how you know it's bad.
It just worked.
But that's how you know I'm there, that I'm a dad, that I thought that was legitimately funny.
We're just efforting things right now. Also, if you care to watch some basketball, the Nets host the Thunder. Wow.
That's going to go. What's the line? What's the line on that?
Talk about
I'm
two
look.
extremes.
Let me get on the duel.
That's a 7:30 tip-off in Brooklyn. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew, honey. During today's action, glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly.
The line is only 18 and a half.
18 and a half. Boy. Pretty close to LIU's line against Arizona.
I'm ready for LIU, baby.
Me too.
Friday,
Fins up.
Friday 1:30.
Oh,
Fins up, baby.
You're so checked out, by the way, on our show Friday.
Oh, yeah, we're going to be in on that. Come on.
800-919-3776. Let's get some more calls in here. Mark in New Jersey has some clutch recommendation. Mark?
Hey, guys. I just want to chime in on your clutch list.
Okay.
I think Tony Romo belongs on that list.
Ooh.
Anytime there was a big game, he choked horribly.
That's not terrible. And you remember that playoff game where he went to, like, Cabo with Jessica Simpson? They all got mad at him for that. Came back and couldn't play. You wonder why? You remember what Mickey said.
Yeah.
You don't remember what Mickey
he
said?
was one of the best quarterbacks in the time. I mean, he wasn't putting up, like, MVP numbers, but, he had Dallas in position.
He's taking some. All right, so who are you taking out? If we're putting Romo in, who are you taking out?
Who are you taking out?
I would say take Lamar right now.
take Lamar out.
You can give Lamar a little bit of a pass because he's still playing, so he still has time to get off of that schneid where he can say he's got that clutch gene. But Tony Romo, in my opinion, he was one of the biggest choke artists in the game of the NFL.
Wow. Gotcha, Mark. Thank you. Mark, clearly a Giants fan.
By the way, though, it was the first one that came to my mind. Romo's
a good one, but was he ever the best? When I say the greatest players, I'm talking about MVP guys. Like, Romo was never that.
No.
Right? So that's why
Dak is closer.
Dak is closer.
Dak is actually closer.
But even Dak doesn't have, you got to have trophies on your shelf to be in this conversation. Who are we talking about? We're talking about Vezina winners and MVPs and, scoring champions. Who?
Does Patrick have an MVP?
No.
I mean, he was close. He floated. He floated around there.
Yeah. But he was always considered one of the best players in the league.
100%.
During his best era. Let's see. Keith in the car brings up a name that someone here also brought up with us. Keith?
Henrik Lundqvist. How you doing, guys?
Interesting. King Henrik.
Yeah, they always seem like a soft goal at the wrong time.
Anthony, the resident Ranger fan, is vetoing your call, saying that it was not Hank's fault. Like, they don't have the championship, but you can't pin it on Hank.
He did take him to a final, and in that run, he was the reason why.
I know, but it just he's supposed to be the best goalie of all time, one of the best ones.
Thank you for the call. We appreciate it, Keith. But the problem is, if it's about whether the person themselves came up small in those situations.
Like if he got lit up or he got beat on a penalty shot, like if there was something that happened where it was clearly, thank you, Keith. If it was clearly something that, like it's his fault, it's a totally different story. But I don't know. You lead your team to a run to the final. I got to feel like he cannot be on this list.
Now, best goaltender who never won a Stanley Cup is a different conversation. Hank might be right there, but that's not this.
How about Muhammad on Long Island?
Muhammad.
What's going on, guys, man? Thanks for taking my call. Both of these might be a little, I don't know, out on the edges, but T-Mac was one of the best in the league in his prime, probably as good as anybody, and he never got out of the first round, even when he got Yao. I mean, he ran up against Shaq and Kobe, but I mean, to not make it out of the first round, I don't know how clutch we can call you. And then my second one, now this one is controversial. I want to go Peyton Manning, the best. He's my favorite quarterback ever, the best. But in these clutch moments, man, he does some head-scratching things. I mean, I don't know if you remember. I think the first year he was in Denver, and he threw like a cross-body interception for the game against Baltimore. And I was like, what was that? You know what I mean? So in both his championships, he got a gimme against Rex Grossman. And then the defense.
I love this call. I love your call, Keith.
He's great. The second one too. He was kind of a passenger in the second.
So he was.
Exactly. The first one.
And let's not forget though, Brady owned him in the rivalry in the playoffs.
Yep.
That's the thing. The Rex Grossman year where they went on to play the Bears and win the Super Bowl. That was the year they got past them. But in general, the reason Keith's call is so good is that as great as Peyton was in the big spot, he was generally owned. So I like that. That's a different play on it.
Don LaGreca has chimed in.
Oh, no, Don.
No, he did not say I suck.
What did he say?
He said, and I quote.
All right. I'm very curious about where this could go.
Because there was also someone here in the audience that brought up Henrik Lundqvist to us as well, and I said, okay, that's we argued it about.
Yeah, I saw you having a spirited
Don's
conversation.
Response is that Hank take is god awful.
You mean the idea that he'd be in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he does not believe Henrik should be in this conversation
again.
At all.
Best goaltenders to never win a cup. Put Hank in the conversation.
Oh yeah, but don't say he wasn't
that.
clutch.
He's not the reason that they didn't get a cup.
Best players, meaning you had to be at the pinnacle of the sport, who just couldn't come through when it mattered most.
And again, that's why I'll say it for the third time. But Keith's call is so good because it doesn't have to be someone who never won. But Peyton should have won more. That's the thing. Peyton, for how good. Peyton, for those of us who were really watching the NFL at that time, like hardcore watching the NFL, I'm sorry, week to week, Peyton was better than Brady. No question. I'm not even the same category. If I'm being honest, Peyton at his best is on a completely different level than Brady.
Talent-wise.
Talent-wise, not even close.
Yes.
So the fact that Brady owned him speaks to the fact that, and Peyton you're talking about two of the great receivers of the era.
But that's what
one of which of all time.
And that's what we're saying about Aaron Judge. talent-wise, does anyone come close to what he can be? Right?
No, only one guy.
No one comes close when it comes to what he can do in the field and obviously at the plate. But has he had that moment at the biggest spot? And yesterday was another opportunity, and we watched and said, we've seen this before. And that's why it's part of the conversation today, right or wrong. We'll get more into that coming up. And everybody here at Calandra's, by the way, if you're looking for a new beer to try, Calandra's has a Devils-themed beer on tap right now from Tom's River Brewing. It's called Stick Toss. Ask for it now. So if you want to get a new beer, try it out right now. We will be here at Calandra's with you for the rest of the night. Watch party, Rangers-Devils coming up after our show. So come on down, hang out with us. We got more to do with you, including Aaron Judge, the criticism, fair or not. We'll discuss that and more coming up. Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
There's a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2026 Mazda CX-50 Hybrid Preferred with all-wheel drive for $259 for 36 months. Or buy with 1.9% APR for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN TN142673. MSRP $37,300. Zero security deposit. 1.9% APR for $28.60 a month per $1,000 financed. Ends 3/31/26.
Put it in the book. This is your radio home for New York Mets baseball. 880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
Now it's time for traffic with Susie Cerrone.
Thanks, guys. We've got a stalled truck on the Cross Bronx westbound at White Plains Road. It's got the left lane blocked. You're backed up from the Bruckner. Crash on the northbound Gowanus at Atlantic Avenue. That is in the left lane. West side northbound really slow, 20 minutes from the 50s up to the George. The late running road work on the inbound George upper deck is still there. New Jersey, an accident on 287 south, but at exit 35. 2 lanes are out. Crash on 78 eastbound at 287. This report is sponsored by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation, at the forefront of care and research for over 50 years. Learn more at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org. I'm Susie Cerrone for 880 ESPN New York.
Hi, this is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. I've talked about how a construction accident took my father's leg. The heavy prosthetic he wore looked nothing like the high-tech limbs we have today. It was crude wood and metal, held together by bolts that dug into his skin and left painful ulcers. But the thing I remember about my dad is how he never complained. He put on his prosthetic leg and he went to work. He coached my baseball teams, danced, sang karaoke, and even loved to travel. He may have limped, but he always held his head up high and he lived with dignity. At D'Agostino & Associates, I spent over 35 years building a law firm that helps accident victims and those in need of their Social Security disability benefits. We fight till our clients get the money and dignity they deserve. So call us today at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey. So don't tell me personal injuries aren't personal. I know what they can cost a family. I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino Law. Bite back.
25 a month, 5 whole years. Same sweet number in your ears. Check it in a year, check it in 5. This ain't optimum 5, but price is still alive. 25 a month, 5 whole years. Same sweet number in your ears. Get Optimum famously fast fiber internet. Optimum.com/25 for 5. Or call 8884-OPTIMUM. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
This is a special notice to U.S. taxpayers owing $10,000 or more to the IRS. Tax Relief Advocates is urgently notifying taxpayers that tax relief initiatives are now available that may significantly reduce or eliminate what you owe. If you're afraid of an IRS lien, levy, or wage garnishment, don't lose hope. You can now take advantage of these current relief programs to end all collections, reduce the amount you owe, and resolve your tax problem. Even if you have years of unfiled tax returns or are already in a payment plan, you may still qualify for significant relief. Struggling taxpayers can now get relief they need during these hard economic times. A hotline has been established by Tax Relief Advocates for you to call and see what you qualify for. They are A+ rated with the BBB and have over 1,000 5-star reviews. Don't wait. Call 800-575-9087. 800-575-9087. That's 800-575-9087. Or simply visit tra.com.
5:04 in the big city. 5:04 at Calandra's Bakery right here in Caldwell, New Jersey. For those who are regular listeners of the show, you know who's here.
Who?
Tessa from West Caldwell.
That's right.
Who calls in regularly. And, I mean, let's just say that Don and Peter's argument a couple of weeks ago was not the only heated argument that we have had on this show.
Sure.
That got to a point where we were all pretty worried about, let's just say, your safety.
Yeah, that's right. Or my head exploding because my red face, you never know what's going to happen.
Yes.
No, Tessa and I had it out recently. It was not a great situation. But much like Don, family is family.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
That's
Tessa probably went maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks without calling. And then she called back, and we had multiple conversations. The other day, Tessa called the show when you guys had left, and I was hosting, and we had a lovely chat. And I got to tell you, really lovely to see her, have an in-person embrace.
Yes.
Hey, Pete. Now, listen, the sport. What was the drop? Hey, Pete. Listen, sports fights can be intense, and she is as much that guy as a sports fan as you can be.
Oh, yes.
And I think she would be the first to admit that. Like, one of the reasons she gets annoyed with me, for example, is because, I bring up my team too much. I mean, she is like a walking logo for the New York Giants, right? So we are oil and water in that way, but wonderful to meet her in person. Had a lovely little chat.
Yeah.
Her
Great
sister's
to see
here.
her.
She's from right around the way, like you said.
Yep.
And she was talking about how much of a staple Calandra's is.
Yes.
Very excited to have a nice adult beverage later on, have a little meal with my compadres here.
I'm looking forward to the meal part. Once the show's over, we can really dive in.
Yeah.
We've been kind of
Now you held back.
Tasting a little here, a little there, some sweets, some pasta, some calamari. We had, what else did we do here?
Oh, we have this whole
Alan.
The
olive oil, by the way.
The olive oil was amazing. John left us some of the dessert. There's not a lot left, but some of them.
Wait a minute.
And by the way,
that box was full.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
By the way, our engineer came over here and just ripped
2 hands.
Oh, he ripped one hand.
Tore it apart.
And it just one in each hand. Everyone wants the Calandra. I'll tell you, they're amazing.
I don't blame them.
Now, I have an interesting piece of Yankee information.
Yankee information.
Yankee of Jays information.
Okay, all right, Yankee of Jays. All right, what do you got?
But there are certain people, I think you'll be included in this. I know Jacob probably already knows it. He's included in this.
Oh, yeah.
Who will be very excited.
What do you got?
On July 10th, which is a Friday, and July 11th, which is a Saturday, at Yankee Stadium, Jay-Z is performing to celebrate 2 anniversaries.
What?
So on July 10th, he's doing the 30-year anniversary of Reasonable Doubt at Yankee Stadium. Woo! And on the next night, he's doing the 25-year anniversary of The Blueprint on back-to-back nights at the stadium.
Oh, yeah!
So for a certain kind of New Yorker, the Venn diagram,
the Yankee hat,
the Yankee Jay-Z Venn diagram, there's going to be a very happy group of people. And of course, there's really no argument that Reasonable Doubt and Blueprint are Jay-Z's 2 best albums. So to have them sell it, because when I first saw it, I thought he was doing Blueprint both nights for 30.
No.
I'm sorry, Reasonable Doubt for both nights, which is cool because Reasonable Doubt's amazing. But from an album standpoint, I'm probably more excited to see him do the Blueprint 25-year anniversary.
Back-to-back nights, too.
Going to be pretty cool.
Look, it's not the Baja Men, all right? But for the Yankees, it's not bad.
Why does he have to do it? Why?
It's not bad. That's a pretty good pull.
It's not Timmy Trumpet.
It's not Timmy Trumpet.
Why
but
can't
it's pretty good.
Doesn't it make you feel bad, John, that
What?
he has to do this?
What?
He can't just say it's enough that you have the biggest rapper of all time who has to perform at Yankee Stadium again.
I'm just making a point. That's all.
And what's the point?
That the Mets have tried to do things like this too, and it's, has not hit the same. This will be on the DVD, right? This moment will be on the championship DVD.
Oh, this is All-Star Weekend too.
You know what I mean? Like, this will be all part of like the greatness thing.
I'm guessing. Now here's the question: if it's All-Star Weekend, All-Star Weekend is always they'll be back to do you think it's
it's mid-July?
No, it's mid-July. The last day they play on All-Star Weekend is usually the Sunday, right?
Yeah.
And then they're off that whole week until when? Friday?
It's usually the weekend.
Oh,
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So
there's a game on Thursday the night before. Oh, they played the night before.
Like I said.
Got it. Okay. Got it. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
So pretty good.
I'm excited, man.
A good pull. No, that's excellent. And again, it'll all be part of the championship DVD. Now, what else could be part of it? If this is the year the Yankees finally break through, and we've been talking about clutch a lot on the show so far, we have tons of calls to get to, 800-919-3776, that we will. We made a list of all-time great players. Now, you got to be MVP caliber to be on this list that just couldn't come through in the clutch. And having Judge currently on the list gives him time to get off the list, of course, because you don't want to be on this list. But last night wasn't it another example? As much as you want to fight it, and we all want to fight it because we know how great of a player he is, that 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, striking out right after Harper hits an epic home run to get the U.S. team right back in the game, get the building back as well, like on a pitch that you always see him strike out on. Like just, it looked familiar. We had a caller earlier that said it felt like a Yankee playoff game. Yeah, a murderer's row lineup that couldn't score and only could rely on a home run, and Judge not coming through. Stats will tell you throughout his career he has had moments. People will bring up moments. You know, somebody came over and said, you know, against Class A and against Cleveland, came through huge in the 7th inning in that series. Yes, but World Series, big moments, those are the things you're looking at. And I thought yesterday was an opportunity for him once again to close that conversation, and instead it opened it. In fact,
it couldn't have closed
social
it.
media
It couldn't
did
have closed
last.
it.
Well,
it could have helped it.
It silences it.
Quelled
Maybe
it.
Quell is probably the better word. But it's all it did to me is almost light a fire on it.
I know.
As much
Or
as we're
spray
calling
kerosene.
it, right? Like, well, but we're calling it an exhibition. We're calling it it's a fun series of games, but it's before the season and all that stuff. But for some reason, because of him and who he is and how important he is to the sport and how big he is as a Yankee, how much coverage he gets, people couldn't wait to jump all over the fact that in a moment for the U.S. to win something, he did not come through once.
I just want to remind everyone about the word exhibition that we keep using, all right? This is an important moment. Might I remind you that the fight between Apollo Creed and Drago was an exhibition?
This was supposed to be an exhibition.
You know how that ended? It started with James Brown.
A man died.
And a man died because his best friend threw in the towel once his carcass had already hit the mat.
Too late.
So an exhibition could go wrong. And it went wrong last night.
It did for Aaron Judge. I like how you pulled in Rocky on this because I'm always there for that.
I know you are.
I am always there
to
bring Rocky
It's a
into
damn
the
exhibition. And because Apollo's acting like it's going to be so fun, and the whole time Rocky's looking at the highlights of Drago like, I don't know, bro.
Rocky's like, you sure? You sure?
You've been retired a long time, man. All right.
Yeah, this is not going to go well for you. And
remember, Rocky had an exhibition. I mean, don't forget, Rocky knows about a bad exhibition. He had one with Thunderlips. Also didn't go great.
That did not go well, but it ended fine. It ended okay. They got a Polaroid together, and that was really what it was all about.
I love that.
So is it fair? Is it fair to the criticism that is coming the way of Aaron Judge and what people are saying? And again, is it also a lot of Red Sox fans and a lot of Mets fans? Probably. But it is something that once again got loud. It was amplified off of a performance last night and a great amount of frustration that goes with it. Chris in the Bronx. Chris, what do you say about it?
I say it's not fair. Pretty much, you know, this tournament's been started, everybody's talking about exhibition. The games don't mean anything. But when it comes to Aaron Judge, it seems like they want to change their tune. This guy, you know, during the season, if you're a Yankee fan, you didn't see these WBC results as anything other than just a glorified spring training. Saw your guy do his thing, and he didn't work out the last game. But I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought.
Oh, no.
But pretty much what I'm just trying to get to is that if you're a Yankee fan, you see that he batted 500 in the playoffs last year, and you see that story that he can't get it done. If you watch the games, you know that when the season comes, he'll do it. You know what I mean? I just think, you know, using the WBC as an example, that's just Mets and Yankee haters. You know what I mean? That's what I think it is.
I mean, there's a lot of stats out there, Chris. Thanks for the call. And that's part of the problem is that You have dueling stats now about his clutch ability. And I think there's a lot of it that is eye test for a lot of us who have watched him over his career since 2017, that there were moments that you were like, okay, this is a big moment. We're used to seeing great players come through in these big moments. I mean, again, Derek Jeter is a guy that wasn't really the best player on the team in those great teams. But, man, did he always seem to have that clutch moment, even later in his career.
Let me ask you a question, Yankee.
The home run of 3,000th hit.
Let me ask you a
the
question.
walk-off for his last game.
I want to ask you a question, Yankee boy.
I'm listening.
And I say it respectfully. Who had the most clutch moments of that Yankee team? Is it a given that it's Jeter?
It's Mariano Rivera.
I hate to.
That's not a clutch moment?
No, I hate to be that guy, but besides Mariano Rivera. Because, yes, you're right. Time and time again, the Sandman delivers. I know. But besides, I'm talking about off, because I'm really talking about the at-bats. That's how we're kind of measuring the Judge thing.
Yeah, I get it.
So, what are you saying, Anthony?
Yeah,
because would it be Bernie?
Bernie, but it felt Brocious, the 98 year. Brocious was unreal in the postseason. But I felt like everyone seemed to have that moment. Tino had his first moment that he really needed to have, the Grand Slam. I mean, O'Neill, you remember in the comeback in 96.
You bet your ass.
Some of the hits that he had running down a fly ball, I think it was shared. And so if you're going to push back, that's your best pushback, is those great Yankee teams that Jeter was part of, that Jeter gets a lot of credit for being clutch, had a lot of guys contributing to clutch. Aaron Judge, who contributes to clutch with him? Now,
Stanton's been
that guy.
Very good in the playoffs.
Anyone else?
That's the only name that really comes to your mind.
That's the problem. And so I do think clutch opportunities can't always be on the shoulders of one player in a team, in a sport like baseball, because you only get the bat 4 times. But in one of those times, if it's a big moment, and last night it felt like twice he had big moment at-bats. The one right – I know what you're saying. You said that Bryce Harper's home run took the pressure off him.
That's what I thought.
Because it made it 2-2, and now he didn't have to step up with 2 on or with 1 on and come up big. If Harper gets out –
he would have thought Judge didn't have to bat thinking, if I strike out, the game's over. The game wasn't over. They extended the game. It's 2-2. They turned out to not extend the game, but they seemingly extended the game.
Yeah.
So I thought, now less pressure. Just get up there and do what you do.
Yeah.
And it looked like he felt all the pressure.
No. Harper gets out, the inning's over, and then he leads off, which there's no pressure on a leadoff.
Oh, true. It was 2 outs. You're right.
Yeah. But if Harper gets on and now you've got a chance to knock 2 in to tie or hit 1 out to take the lead.
That would have been the highest pressure spot.
That's the highest pressure spot. But I still think
it's pressure.
Home run. The stadium's now going crazy. You wake up the American fans who were being out-cheered. They were the Venezuelan fans were completely much louder. They took over the building. And now you get the building back, momentum. You've maybe got them a little rattled. And you strike out swinging on a pitch that we have seen you strike out swinging
Yankee
on
fans,
many times. And
that's that moment, that must have felt so familiar.
Oh, it had
to Yankee fans of like.
It was to me when I watched it. Again, I admit, I was working last night. I didn't watch it live. I watched it this morning, and I remember sitting in that bat, and when he swings and misses, and I'm like, that is Judge in a nutshell.
You have the big moment right before, and you're all hyped. And, like, before the crowd has even come down from cheering in Yankee Stadium, Judge is taking off his batting gloves to walk back out. You know, like, it ended so quick.
Already,
you're like, no!
Already spitting the gum and batting it away with the bat, right? Like, just so frustrating. 800-919-3776. Let's see. Let's go to, well.
We're packed, man. Pick something.
We are
Look
packed.
At this.
I'm looking for fitting into the conversation. Bobby and Belmore is ready to roll.
All right.
I know Anthony's already ready to freak out. Go ahead, Bobby.
Hey, guys. How you doing? Before I get to Judge, James Harden, the worst fourth-quarter playoff shooter in the history of the NBA.
Yeah,
the playoffs. It's a known fact. But let me talk about Judge for a second. You look at his numbers in the Final Four. Just the Final Four since 2022. 1 for 16 against the Astros. 2024. 3 for 18 against the Indians, the ACLS. He started 1 for 12 against the Dodgers. Then they faced an opener, and the series was over, and he got a couple of hits. Fast forward to this year, 1 for 8 in the last 2 games, semifinal against Dominican, and 0 for 4 last night. That's 9 for 60 with a 150 batting percentage.
You're taking this just the LCS World Series or
just the Final Four.
So Final Fours. See, I I would go with those because I feel like those are the biggest stages too. And I don't like any of those numbers. I don't like any of them.
And
like you can't argue with numbers.
Yeah, numbers don't lie. And you want to talk about last year? I mean, he didn't have any help. No Yankee hit even 250 last year in the playoffs, and the starters stunk in the playoffs against Toronto. So maybe he would have had a shot, because he was really hot. So that was a shame. I really wanted to see. Yeah. And this year, I mean, you got to look at the Yankees. I mean, Cole's coming off Tommy John. Well, Dan, you don't know about in the playoffs. He's a hit or miss. He's got over a 70 ERA in the playoffs. 3, pitched well against Boston, but he was awful against Toronto, and his history hasn't been that good in the playoffs either.
Another guy, right?
And Bellinger, he hit awful against Toronto, and he has a 200 batting average, and he's making more money than Judge this year, which is hard to believe. He's making over $40 million the first 2 years of his contract and can opt out after that. So I don't know why the Yankees gave him so much money, but he hasn't done anything in the playoffs last year either, and he hasn't been a proven.
Yeah, he has. But Bobby, thanks for the call, Bobby. The numbers you gave, again, Final Four, that's the biggest stages. You can't argue with them. But I will say, though, there's 2 things that can happen right now. For Judge, it can just be one of those things that he just ignores. He just says, I'm not listening to the criticism, and just goes back into his robotic kind of way of approaching baseball, which I think is the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
He just does seem very robotic and very much like he blocks out all the criticism. Or it becomes the fuel. It becomes that frustration for him even where he's now just taking it personal. As I said, I thought they should have done 2 years ago coming out of the World Series when they were auctioning off the ball that I dropped. You kidding me? Like, I'm out for blood now. I'm out to I want Aaron Judge with a damn chip on his shoulder. I don't want Aaron Judge just robotically going out and just doing my at-bats and I'm just sticking to the program and trust the process. No, I don't want that. I want to see a pissed-off Aaron Judge.
Would you prefer an Aaron Judge?
I don't think we've seen that yet.
This may be obvious, but would you prefer – because let's suppose he needs that mentality to be the sort of proficient player that he is. Would you take Aaron Judge, who batted 25 points lower, had – 7 to 10 less home runs a year, but seemed to have more moments where he stepped up in the big spot?
Wouldn't everybody?
I guess,
as
right?
Nice as it is,
but you lose games because of that. His average goes down 25 points.
Oh, it affects the team.
He's losing games.
No. His WAR is a reason why. He is a great player because his impact on winning for the Yankees is notable, and that's one of the best stats for him. Is that he is somebody who contributes to winning. You can't say he doesn't help you win, but we all know what it looks like. Clutch moments statistically in analytics and clutch moments in what we remember are 2 different things. And there are clutch moments that you remember because it's a moment, not 7th inning or later all season long. That's much different. Come on. When you watch sports, there are clutch moments you'll never forget. Shots you'll never forget.
Well, we haven't mentioned the guy. There's one guy to mention whose personality in some ways seemed like Aaron Judge. Very businesslike, never up, never down, always straight ahead.
All right.
Except the difference was all he did was beast mode in clutch, and that was Eli Manning.
That's
he literally was just
phenomenal pull.
You would look at Eli and
everybody watch. Let's take another moment. That's not a strange pull. That's a phenomenal pull.
Thank you very much.
He's having a day.
We need to play Phenomenon by LL Cool J.
You are having a day right now.
But
Eli Manning is a great example of a guy who was very much like Judge in that he really didn't show you emotion, didn't really get caught up in things, didn't want to hear criticism, whatever, kind of just went through it. Regular season, though, he didn't put up epic numbers like Judge does, but when he got to the postseason, who was a killer?
Number 1.
He was a killer, even though it didn't change his expression whatsoever.
No.
He's a guy that took a beating in San Francisco. He's a guy that froze his tail off in Green Bay. Didn't affect him at all. Win. And then when it came time to make a big throw in a big spot, did it twice to get a Super Bowl.
And he's sort of the answer to the question of would you take the trade-off of worst player with the clutch gene. Eli Manning was never as sexy as his, compadres in the NFC East, right? Mm-hmm. At the time, you would have thought Romo was better than Eli. That would have been like, hey, week to week, who do you fear more on your schedule? You probably say Romo over Eli. But guess what? One guy shrinks, and the other guy shows up in the playoffs, and it's just perfect.
All right, Vinny in Staten Island's pissed off. Vinny,
He
go.
always is.
Go, Vinny.
They got to get off Aaron Judge's back. I mean, enough is enough.
The Yankees would be absolutely nowhere without this guy.
It's true.
And another thing is, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you guys a question.
All right.
If he wins in the rest of his career 2 more World Series, does he get that monkey off his back? And he has 2 good World Series?
If he gets one. No, just one, Vinny. You got to win once. It's the same as Lamar Jackson. Just win one, and everybody shuts the hell up.
He was pretty good in the playoffs last year.
He was.
But you got to win.
He wasn't bad in the playoffs last year. I mean, they got to win, but you got to get. Why don't we get rid of Aaron Boone? That's another thing.
Right.
Can I say one thing about the game last night?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I want to say one thing about the game last night. Watching the game last night, they're losing 1-0. I think it's the 3rd inning. The catcher comes up. He's got a 2-0 count on him, and he swings the next pitch, which is ball 3. To me, that's the Yankees and Aaron Boone in a nutshell right there.
But Aaron Boone was in Florida watching the game on television.
But that's just the Yankees right there.
What Vinny's saying, Vinny, we got to run. But
he's saying that's what Boone was like. I like that.
But I know what Vinny's saying. We got to run, Vinny. But thanks for the call. But what he's saying is what the caller earlier said.
Yeah.
Is that game, not just Judge, that game from a U.S. perspective felt very much like a Yankee playoff experience of so much offensive firepower and very, very little production.
It felt incredibly familiar. You look up and you go, it's the 6th inning already?
No.
Do we have any hits? What's going on?
It is, but that's what, again, pressure, baseball, that's what it's like. You got to be able to have a clutch moment when it matters. Venezuela did. Hats off to them. More of your calls coming up, 800-919-3776. Garrett Cole did pitch today. No, he really did pitch today. 53 weeks since he had Tommy John. He was on the mound today. How'd he do? We'll let you know. What did it look like? And more. Get back into the Knicks, who won again last night, although we are always trying to find things that are wrong with them and things that we worry about with them. They have won 4 in a row, and they do have one of the best records in the sport since January 21st, and they have the best defense in the sport since then as well. And there's more Giannis news if you're interested in it. More to get to, ENN at 6, and, of course, Rangers, Devils after us, and a watch party here at Calandra's Bakery in Caldwell, New Jersey. It's Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Oh, yeah.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
Life is motion, but for Jaime, debilitating pain in both hips brought everything, including family time, to a halt.
Every doctor told me the same thing. They would do one hip at a time.
At White Plains Hospital, Dr. Jacob Totka's unique expertise provided an alternate approach by replacing both of Jaime's hips on the same day.
In just 2 hours, I got 2 new hips, and I went home that day.
White Plains Hospital, among the best hospitals anywhere that just so happens to be here. A member of the Montefiore Health System.
It feels like everyone's sick right now. You aren't imagining it. Doctors say this is the worst cold and flu season in 25 years, and it's not over. I was just traveling. It was like everyone around me was coughing, sneezing, and sick. I can't afford to get sick, and I doubt you can either. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. Having a medical emergency kit is like having urgent care and pharmacy right in your home. It includes essential prescriptions like generic Z-Pak to help you get well faster, plus important antibiotics to treat pneumonia, strep throat, sinus and ear infections, nausea, even UTIs, and many more common and serious illnesses. It's your kit the moment you need it. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's genius. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. I can save you $45 when you use my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. Again, save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
Now it's time for traffic with Susie Cerrone.
Thanks, guys. This stalled truck on the Cross Bronx westbound by White Plains Road is gone, but it's still a mess from the Bruckner to the outbound George. Accident on the BQE northbound at Atlantic Avenue. It's in the left lane. That's involving a truck crash on the BQE northbound at Queens Boulevard in the right lane. New Jersey, an accident in Secaucus, Route 3 eastbound at the Turnpike. 80 westbound at exit 60 in Patterson. And a crash on 287 southbound at exit 35 has 2 lanes blocked. This report is sponsored by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation, at the forefront of care and research for over 50 years. Learn more at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org. I'm Susie Cerrone for 880 ESPN New York.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Presented by Robinhood.
He crosses, spins, pulls up.
With Robinhood Prediction Markets, buy or sell your predictions all game long. No house odds, just you versus the market. Put your sports IQ to work. Trade every shot, block, steal, run, and moment that shifts the game. With Robinhood Prediction Markets, trade every play. Visit Robinhood.com/predict to start trading. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Harry Douglas here to tell you about Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy. It tastes just like the best birthday cake ever. Vanilla, buttery, frosting vibes. It's basically a party in a bottle. And here's the best part. All cake, no sugar. And you know I love my cake. So I get that big birthday energy without any sugar guilt. The bottle's small, easy to toss in my bag, and perfect when I need a quick, tasty caffeine boost to cakeify my day. The Funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today. A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible. Overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Dun, dun, dun.
Hahn Rosenberg, live from Calandra's Bakery in Caldwell, New Jersey. And ESPN New York's teaming up with Calandra's to give away a pair of tickets to see the Knicks take on the Charlotte Hornets, who, by the way, they're not your father's Hornets. You know this.
No,
people.
I know that. Not even your.
They're not even your.
You're not even your cousin from 2 months ago.
I'm trying to go back to like grandmama days. Would that be your dad, or would that be
that's
like
your
your
grandmama's
your older brother? I don't know. Whatever. This Hornets team is really good. So these are great tickets. You could see the Knicks and the Hornets Sunday, April 12th. I believe that's the last game of the season to you and me. So always an interesting game. It's easy to enter to win these tickets. Just stop by Calandra's Bakery at 234 Bloomfield Avenue in Caldwell, New Jersey. Why does that address sound familiar? Oh, that's right. That's where we are.
That's right.
That's where we are right now. Do this before April 7th to enter in person. You know what? Why don't you just come down today? Because we're here. Say hi to us and enter to win. It's brought to you by Calandra's Bakery in Caldwell, home of fresh bread, classic Italian pastries, and traditions baked daily. Before we get back to calls. So Garrett Cole actually pitched today, 1 inning against the Red Sox. 53 weeks since Tommy John. He's on the mound.
And he had heat, right?
He was good. Yeah, no, he did bring it. He had 6 fastballs that averaged 97 miles an hour. I think he topped off at 99 on one of them. He only threw 10 pitches, but still did not give up a run. How about the first at-bat, the first pitch? A bunt. Like if you're coming back from Tommy John and like you're just trying to get into rhythm, and the first thing that happens, the guy squares for a bunt.
Serious
I'm
question.
thinking about shoulder right in your chest.
Serious question for you.
What?
How much money would I have to hand you right now in an envelope?
Okay.
To square up and bunt against Garrett Cole?
I'd probably have a better chance than swinging.
Oh no! It's their it's 100% your best chance.
It's absolutely the only chance you have.
But I don't know if they're like that. Can you
imagine the cubes of a guy? You know it's Garrett Cole. You know he's just coming back from Tommy John, and you're going, I'm gonna bunt. Like, what are you doing?
By the way, it's spring training.
It's spring training, bud.
Well,
I'm telling you, I don't know what happens next.
We do say, how often does someone call at least once during the season and go, they don't practice bunting? So, I mean, this is the time.
Really? First at bat of the game?
It's a little odd, but.
Anyways, but Cole, he got through it, 10 pitches. I believe he was supposed to go to the bullpen and pitch another 20 just to kind of get the work up. Now, he's still about 2 months away from returning. They do have to ramp him up. There's a lot of hurdles.
You need more than 10 pitches, you're saying?
More than 10 is probably good. You're going to need to get him there. But the good news is, though, is that he did it. Got on the mound, pitching. That's a good sign for the Yankees. And so I think it's the strength of the team. Their potential pitching rotation by the time we get to the second half of the season, on paper, looks elite. And I think that could be the difference. And so for a guy like Judge, if there's ever a time to win, you can win when you got great pitching.
Well, if that pitching were able to be healthy and elite in the playoffs, the difference that means for that offense is, rather than thinking about how do we generate 6 runs with an offense that always seems to tighten up in the postseason, it could mean we need 3.
Yeah.
Can you put together 3 runs? And by the way, that will affect the way, I know the Boone haters won't like this, that can affect the way Boone can manage a game.
Yes.
When you feel confidently, I only need to get to 3 runs, not to 4 or 5.
But it also could be, 1-0, 0-0 games adds what? Pressure.
That is true,
That
too.
is the part that for Aaron Judge, he has to continue to prove that he can play.
Pressure!
In pressure. Nas in Pine Brook. Hey, Nas.
Hello. I have serious FOMO that I'm not there today.
What are you doing?
I am upset that you're not here because I need to thank you for the wonderful gift you sent me and that I am using. I don't know if you can tell, but I am using.
I have to say, when I saw you, I did go to the YouTube, and I noticed that you're looking a little good there, I'm going to say. So I'm glad that's working out for you. I've done a lot of trial and error.
Nas, let's keep it PG. You know what I mean? It's only, it's 5:30 on a...
She sent me some product.
Oh, I know.
And she actually did her own research and development in this product and said, this works the best. Try it.
And she likes the results thus far.
And she apparently has noticed that there are results. That's a good thing.
Boy.
So thank you again, Nas. Greatly appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. So I have 2 points real quick on your list. I think Josh Allen deserves honorable mention.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He has lost to my beloved Chiefs quite a few times, so he's on my list of clutch players that didn't come up clutch.
Okay.
It's fair.
Great players, MVPs.
But he has, I'll just say, the reason I still put him ahead of Lamar is that he has had the games in the playoffs where he's done the opposite of that. He has more marquee playoff wins.
Well, he's played out of his mind. It's just the rest of the team stinks.
Right.
Yeah, that is true. Now,
Yeah,
what about
but he's
Aaron
the one
Judge?
crying at the podium at the end. So I wanted to get to the WBC and my Aaron Judge, who I love to death, but there is a fear, a dewiness, a nervousness that you can see when he gets up to that plate. It's like he has the yips. I know you haven't heard that phrase in a while, but that's how I feel, like he's got this hitting yip.
It's interesting because that's what when we had Ken Daneyko here, that's what I wanted to get into with him when I asked him, and he's going to come back and join us for the watch party later. But that's what it's when you see it in the eyes either of your opponent or your teammate. When you're like, he looks, scared's a tough word for an athlete, but are you nervous, anxious, uncertain? Those are things that you can't have in your eyes. And does the pressure get to him? Does he want? And you could say this too, because I love the point that Nas brought up, and thank you for the call, Nas. But it's you could want it too much. That's a real thing.
Well, there's multiple versions.
But you can't just namaste. You
Yeah,
can't do it.
Well, there's so many different versions of athletes like that we've seen, right? And and Rod Strickland talked about it with us last week as he gets ready for LIU to play Friday at 1:30 in the tournament.
Let's go. Fins up.
said he threw up before every single NBA game he ever played. But guess what? Afterwards, he felt a calm come over him, and he was able to be a top player.
So are you saying Aaron Judge needs to make himself throw up?
That's right.
Before an at-bat.
That is the only way to do it.
Steamin' Willie Beeman. Right in the on-deck circle.
But
wouldn't that be picture this. Game 7, ALCS. Yankees down a run. Runner on base. Right? The guy in front of him, there's one out. The guy in front of him, fly ball out, whatever it is. Judge knows it's all on me. Sticks his finger right in his mouth.
I don't know if that would be the way I'd see it
right
happen.
on the field.
New
right
guys
in front.
New guys in the corner puking his guts out. Ugh! Exactly.
Could you imagine that scene, though? And then he strolls up to home plate like
my God.
Not a care in the world.
You know what it's giving?
What's it giving?
It's giving Rabbit in the bathroom before the mom's
8
spaghetti.
8 Mile, yeah. Had to get it out.
You got to have that mom spaghetti moment.
Vomit on his sweater already.
That's exactly right. But everyone
maybe that's what Judge needs. A little vomit on the pinstripes.
How epic would that be? No, it'd be, you know what that would go for an auction? They win the World Series. You know what that goes for an auction? The vomit jersey?
Over the bloody sock.
Oh,
the bloody sock is off the table now.
The fake Fakakta bloody sock?
The ketchup sock. We all know it was ketchup. But could you imagine the viral moment, though, of those sitting in those seats right there by the on-deck circle?
I'm just trying to think of the Post headline the next day.
So he hits a home run. They win the game. What's the headline?
Judge vomits.
Throw up, throw down.
That's not bad.
That's it's workable.
Throw up, keep working. Let's keep keep workshopping.
We got to effort this. What else we got?
This is tough to come up with, though. Michael, if Kay is listening, we'll get a text.
Call?
We'll get a text in 2 minutes on what the headline
what
will be,
would
too.
Be the call?
Don LaGreca texted us.
Because you know it's 3 up and 3 down. So throw up, throw down.
Throw up, throw down's not bad.
You know what I mean?
Don LaGreca texted us earlier when you were taking shots at the Mets.
I don't remember taking shots at the Mets.
You did, because we were talking about the Jay-Z concerts at Yankee Stadium.
Right.
And you said, well, I know it's not Timmy Trumpet or the Baja
I said it's
Man.
not the Baja Man, but it'll do. That's an observation.
And Don wrote the group and said the Beatles played at Shea Stadium. Like, I won't say the word that he said at the end, but he wanted to remind you the Beatles.
Can I see the word that he said at the end?
It's very childish. I don't think you could say it, though. I mean, you could legally, but it's not appropriate.
Yeah, they played at Shea, but
Billy Joel, a lot of concerts at Shea.
Season was over. He also played Yankee Stadium.
He did also play Yankee Stadium.
He also mentioned the Yankees a few times in his songs.
He did.
Yeah. Rosie knows he was credit to the game, but you know
the Yankees get the headlines every time.
You nailed it. That's one. He was also in Miami 2017 was also.
And of course my goat Paul Simon referenced DiMaggio.
Where have you gone?
Now, is Paul Simon being a Yankee fan fraudulent?
Why is it fraudulent? Queens guy?
Yeah. Queens guy,
but he grew up in a time where there was no Mets. There was no National League team.
And I guess he didn't go.
Why he wanted baseball.
Yeah, it was pre-Mets.
Yeah.
So he became a Yankee fan, yeah.
Yeah. My mother's the fraud because she was a Dodger fan. They left. She then, as a teenager, would go to Yankee games because she loved baseball.
Okay.
And she, did the whole thing.
So she should have just become a Yankee fan.
And then when the Mets came, then she just said, all right, National League team, I'm a National League fan, went back to the Mets.
I never understood the rooting for a league. I don't care about that.
It's a style of play that no longer exists now, of course.
Yeah, I like the National
League sanctity
style
of the pitcher hitting because that's baseball, Susan. Let's continue with the calls. 800-919-3776. Frank in Long Island wants to give us some recommendation on the clutch list that we made. Frank.
Hi, guys. Yeah, so for me, Armando Benitez is just synonymous for blowing it.
Again, when we do the list, we're looking at the best in your sport, like the pinnacle, MVP level people. You know what I mean? So when we say the greatest players that didn't come up clutch, it's got to be in that criteria. There's many people that we could point to that have had, that have had unclutch moments. But I'm talking like we've got to have a standard of you've got to be at this level, like Hall of Fame level player, MVP level player.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean, Frank? So that it doesn't really work with Benitez. Thank you, though. Let's go to Paul in Florida. Paul.
Hey, guys. How are you today?
Good.
So I was wondering, I originally was calling with just one, but then based on what you said about guys who have won but didn't win enough, I had two other that I wanted to ask about. But my first one was Dan Marino.
Marino is an interesting one because he did have clutch moments, though. He just never got back to a Super Bowl. But I thought during his career, he had some unbelievable clutch moments.
I kind of feel like it's similar to Ewing. Pat did have some big moments that got the Knicks through some rounds, but he just didn't have the running mate. And
Patrick's it was a very difficult one for me to put on the list. I was strong-armed.
Okay. If I could I ask about the other two that I thought about? You guys brought up Peyton.
Go ahead.
I was thinking about Rodgers and Favre. Favre ended like 3 different team seasons with a pick 3 years in a row, and they both had some epic teams that probably should have won more titles than just one each.
Yeah, Rodgers was suggested to us by somebody here, and even I don't put them on the list because once you win a ring, like
but
you
remember
at
the
least
Manning
have
one.
won.
But I liked the Manning call, and I liked the Rodgers call. Don't ever
because
forget
4-time MVP, and how many times did he run into a wall?
One Super Bowl, and the games that were bad too. That championship game a few years, well, not a few, I guess it's like 5 years ago now at San Francisco.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that game
when
they
he,
just
when he wouldn't run it in?
Completely laid an egg.
Yeah.
So no, he's had his moments.
Yeah,
no question.
That is true. All right, more of your calls 800-919-3776. My eyes don't deceive me, right? I did see Rick DiPietro.
Oh, Rick DiPietro's holding court.
Oh, there he is.
Having a good time, looking handsome as ever.
I caught the wave, the first one. The first wave.
Yeah, the nice. That's got another one.
Yeah.
So we have him coming up for a big ENN at 6 o'clock.
ENN coming up at 6. Your calls as well. We are live at Calandra's Bakery in Caldwell, New Jersey. Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Oh, I'm here to talk to you guys about FanDuel Sportsbook for a moment. Guys, FanDuel is dropping bonus bets into everyone's account for the tournament. All you have to do is opt in to claim your bonus, all right? Use them on your bracket picks, money line, spreads, totals, game props, or even same-game parlays. But do not wait. These bonus bets are only available for a limited time. Just visit FanDuel.com/local to learn more. 21 and over, physically present in New York. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Max bonus $500 unless otherwise specified. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with the gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
It's Chuck Devine with snowcountry.com. Sponsor your job on Indeed. Get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today. It's a reboot back to winter with some northern ski resorts back to making snow like Killington in Vermont. They love those nights in the teens so they can fire up the snow guns, and they're dedicated to longevity. And colder temperatures for the rest of March preserves the snow on well-covered snowmaking trails. Thunder Ridge on 16 slopes and the top-to-bottom coverage is very good. Windham on 3 dozen trails in the Catskills, Hunter and Bel Air both 80%. It's groomed, loose, and frozen granular on a firm, hard-packed base with the colder temperatures the next couple of days, so keep those ski edges freshly sharpened. Gore Mountain, 28 miles in the Adirondacks, frozen granular and hard-pack. Butternut and Jiminy are back in the Berkshires. Killington and Stratton on 2/3 of their terrain in Vermont.
You don't just ski or ride, you dominate. At Killington, we fuel your adventure. Be the beast. Ski and ride Killington.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Long Island is more exciting than ever at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. This month, you'll be feeling March magic when you win your share of $50,000 cash during our Rainbow Riches drawing. Be here every Wednesday in March from 2 to 7 p.m. Each hour, one lucky guest is drawn to win up to $5,000 cash. Earn entry starting at 12:30 p.m. Come chase the rainbow every Wednesday in March, where Long Island wins at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Step inside the game you love with the NBA app. Tap to watch every game as it's happening.
Jalen Brunson does it again!
And never miss a moment of the jaw-dropping action. Get closer to the players than anywhere else. Follow the latest schedules, scores, and stats. Keep up with every story from across the league. And with NBA ID, it's all personalized to you. The game lives here. Download today.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
Rosenberg diving right in for the sweets before we even eat dinner.
That
doesn't ruin your supper when you start doing it?
A strawberry?
Go to the sugars? Well, I didn't realize you were – once I called you out, then you went, oh, no, strawberry.
No, I'd already just –
You were going for a cupcake, and then you're like, no, strawberry.
No. I'm being a Gavone in a different way. I'm taking the fruit off of the tart.
That's a kiwi?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, but it first looked like you were about to grab a cupcake.
Just right with my fingers.
Until you hurt. Yeah, well, the finger part we'll have to discuss another time.
I will be back to that, though.
I bet you will.
The food here at Calandra's is tremendous.
Tremendous. And we will be here all night, not only when the show ends at 6:30 because we have Ranger hockey on our air, starting at 6:30 with 7 o'clock, probably 7:08 puck drop.
Oh, we're staying around 7:10,
7:12 now? We're going 7:12?
Yeah. Well, it's a TNT vehicle, so you never know.
That's a good point. Rangers-Devils, so we have a Rangers-Devils watch party here at Calandra's in Caldwell, New Jersey. Ken Daneyko is going to come back and hang out with us for that. Rick DiPietro is here already. He's going to join us for ENN momentarily. We're going to have a lot of fun. Rangers fans in the building, Devils fans in the building.
That's right.
I mean, we're talking. Everybody's just going to get along great.
I think the vibe will not be one of combativeness.
No? You sure?
Well, these are two teams that both leave something to be desired.
But that's what makes these games more important. I got nothing else to play for, so I want to kick your ass.
I don't think I'm not. Anthony's my gauge of where the Ranger fan base is.
Where's the Ranger?
I don't see him very intense tonight.
All right.
He wants to. So. You're going to watch though, right? He'll be dialed in.
I want intensity. I have a feeling that Daneyko is going to bring it. Did you hear what he was talking about?
Daneyko
how he is off air?
Yeah, he seemed ready to go.
Oh, let's go. I want to get him fired up.
You mean drunk?
That too. Game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time,
I like that.
It's totally time.
It is why we're here. Rangers Devils.
You got it.
Yeah, I do. Coverage immediately follows us on 880 at 6:30, as I aforementioned. And also, if you're inclined, the Nets host the Thunder. That's right, the Oklahoma City Thunder to you and me.
Oh, I'm familiar with their from.
They are in Brooklyn. They will play at 7:30. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. All right, a few more calls here before we get to ENN.
Big ENN.
How about Jay in Connecticut with a name for the clutch list? Jay.
What do you got, Jay?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's
First
up?
time caller. Got a question. I didn't hear the beginning of you guys' list. Did you guys mention Carmelo Anthony on the list?
Did not. No.
I don't like this Melo slander.
I don't know, and I don't know if I don't know if Melo could be at that. Like, would you put him at that level of the names on this list as far as in his generation?
I mean, he's pretty great.
One of the great all-time.
I mean, you
scorers
guys had James Harden on there.
Well, James Harden won
he's not
MVP.
there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
True.
when you're an
Yes,
MVP,
true.
you're an MVP.
Does Carmelo have a scoring title?
Yes.
Yeah.
He has a scoring title.
Yes, he does.
He does have a scoring title. He has been
Now, let me ask you a question. Both of you guys, Jay, around. Was there one particular moment in the playoffs though when you really felt like Carmelo came up small?
No. I felt like look, the biggest year for him with the Knicks was 2013. That playoff, he was against the Pacers. They lost that. It's a typical story of Knicks Pacers. Lose the first game, and the whole series goes to hell. But he was in the game to try to force a game. I think it was a game 6, right? Game 6, trying to force a game 7. No one played harder than him in that game. He did all he could, and then that's when the Roy Hibbert. Remember the Roy Hibbert block? He went up to dunk on Roy Hibbert. Almost broke the guy's.
Interesting choice.
Well, almost broke the guy's hand. Like unreal. Like that's how. But it was a great block. But he played so hard in that game. I felt like he was trying to carry the team. The Celtics series, 2 years before, I thought also the same story. So, sorry, Jay. I just don't think Melo would be someone I'd put on that list. I just don't think he was in enough of those. And you forget in Denver, that team went to a conference final, and he was epic in that run as well. They lost to the Lakers. No shame there.
Jacob, I'd like you to get both a name drop and stranger.
Roy Hibbert.
I've hung out with him many times. Dipperstein, my manager, is very close with Roy Hibbert.
Okay.
like very, very unusual. Like there's no reason for them to be. There's no reason for Dipperstein, who's all of 5'5", to be that close with Roy Hibbert, who, when you hang out with him,
7 feet.
No, he's an astoundingly large man.
Okay.
I mean, he is just but what a sweet guy, Roy Hibbert.
Yep. Good
Hell
guy.
of a player. Had a great career too.
Yeah, solid career. Let's go to Rob in New Jersey with another one.
Billy Wagner, good Lord, this guy never was clutch, ever.
Well, how could that be? He's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Billy Wagner, never.
Yes, exactly. Look it up. Blew
Never.
2006 on the Mets.
Yeah, well, I figured
Was never in a World Series.
Okay.
But great enough to be on
So
this.
is he great enough, though? Even though he's a Hall of Famer, and
No.
some people were wondering, is he really a Hall of did he qualify? But he did. He got voted. But
Yes,
is
he made
Billy
the Hall of
Wagner
Fame.
I get that, but
I mean-
was he on the level of the best in his sport at the time he played it?
Listen, he made the Hall of Fame. Don't you
I know,
think
but
he would be?
but there are compilers who make the Hall of Fame, right? But they were never close to the best in the game.
Rob, it's a good effort. We'll give you the effort. We appreciate it, but I don't know if I'm John Winthrop, our resident Met fan. Would you say Billy Wagner is on that list of people that you're like, man, this guy was never clutch? It infuriated you.
But was he great enough to be on that? He says
but we had another caller say Benitez. So Benitez was the one.
More than Wagner.
Armando Benitez frustrated you more as a fan than Billy Wagner.
No, I was going to say Honus Wagner, who I was a big fan of.
Yeah.
Or as Don knows him, Hornus.
Hot dog.
Hornus
Somebody
was the
went
brother.
behind a couch and found like a Harness Wagner rookie card or something. Harness. You never know.
Harness Wagner?
Who's
Honus'
Harness
brother.
Wagner?
By the way, Drop Madness tomorrow.
It's still a stupid name.
We're so deep in our Calandra show. Don't forget, Drop Madness starts tomorrow.
It does begin tomorrow. Exciting times here. Great moments in Drop Madness history as well. Great moments in ENN history because Rick DiPietro will be joining us.
That's right.
ENN next, live from Calandra's in Caldwell, New Jersey. Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
There's a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2026 Mazda CX-90 Turbo Select with all-wheel drive for $279 for 36 months. Or buy with 1.9% APR for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN T1362010. MSRP $40,680. Zero security deposit. 1.9% APR at $28.60 per month per $1,000 financed. Ends 3/31/26.
Long Island is more exciting than ever at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. This month, you'll be feeling March magic when you win your share of $50,000 cash during our Rainbow Riches drawing. Be here every Wednesday in March from 2 to 7 p.m. Each hour, one lucky guest is drawn to win up to $5,000 cash. Earn entry starting at 12:30 p.m. Come chase the rainbow every Wednesday in March, where Long Island wins at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Hey, this is Mika Zibanejad.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Now it's time for traffic with Susie Cerrone.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night. There is a stall on the FDR Drive North and at 96th Street. It somehow has the left and center lanes out, so the FDR North and is jammed from the 20s on up. Outbound Lincoln or Holland, 30 minutes apiece. Cross Bronx to the outbound George, 40 minutes. Couple of accidents in New Jersey. First of all, 46 westbound is shut down at the Parkway in Elmwood Park. Crash on 280 eastbound at the Parkway. Route 3 eastbound at the Turnpike Eastern Spur. And a crash on 287 southbound at exit 35 has 2 right lanes out. Thursday, alternate side and meters will be in effect. I'm Susie Cerrone for 880 ESPN New York.
There's a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2026 Mazda CX-30 2.5S preferred all-wheel drive for just $219 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN TM108368. MSRP $31,435. Zero security deposit. Ends 3/31/26.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Adam Schefter here. It's tournament time, when only the most talented teams survive in advance. And whether you're cutting down the nets or cutting through resumes, one thing's clear. The best teams are built with the best people. If you're hiring, you need ZipRecruiter. Their smart matching technology finds qualified candidates fast. You can add screening questions to get the right applicants and even filter to see who's recently active. Score the best for your team with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
John always listens to his truck. So when his brakes start talking, he goes to AutoZone, where a helpful AutoZoner gets him the right parts. If John has time to put them in, he borrows a kit with Loan-A-Tool. And if he doesn't, he gets a free shop referral. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Deposit required for Loan-A-Tool. Restrictions apply.
This is an ENN Special Report. Now reporting.
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports. Do what you want. It's ENN.
Peter Rosenberg.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ENN. From Calandras in Caldwell, New Jersey.
Damn right.
That's damn right. We got Ken Daneyko stepping in.
Yep.
And the man himself, the Olympic great.
Oh, stop
the #1 overall draft pick in the NHL in 1976. Rick DiPietro, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Stop trying to butter me up, all right?
We're going to have a time tonight, baby.
We're going to have a time.
Let me get this thing started properly, though. ENN tonight brought to you by our friends over at Ramsey Mazda. And let me start ENN by saying good evening to Don.
I suck.
He actually texted me that, by the way. He's like, thanks for showing up. I suck.
Yeah,
I was like,
he
great.
won't stop saying,
Come
I
on,
suck,
man.
man.
It's not your fault.
He's living in it. No, I blame him.
Let's
That's
say
it. No,
His immune
Gobert.
system stinks.
No,
it stinks.
It really, tell you what, he's got great pipes, terrible immune system.
Awful.
Let's say good evening to the whole DHR show.
How
I
dare
can't even
you
wait.
besmirch
Cat Stevens?
the great Cat Stevens.
And good evening to Don.
None. Zero. I'm telling you, zero.
He's
I
bringing
think
back,
that's when he got COVID.
No, he's bringing back the fight.
No, when he sang. But during Peter's fight, when he started to sing,
No,
that's
we got
what
it.
he
Hold on, hang tight there, Rick.
That's what he covered.
And good evening to Don.
What are you, Mr. Hip Hop?
Good evening to myself and Don.
I'm sorry that I said whatever. you're I a don't
moron.
accept it.
Wait, are you getting to the favorite one?
Yeah, do you have Don singing over my argument? Oh, he's pulling it up.
He sure is.
Excuse me?
No, what?
I know.
It's gonna
So
be one
why
of those- it's
did
gonna be one
you
of those
take to
days.
this? Why did you take to this?
It's the funniest thing of all time. Because I watched the whole thing happen. I watched him sit in the middle of it.
Oh.
And, like, you go crazy, he went crazy. The second he said you're a moron, that's when it snapped on you. And then he's having an argument. You're trying to make a point, and he starts singing. And then goes to talking. He's like, see, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
He's nuts. He is nuts.
No, they're both nuts.
No, but he was making a good point.
I did make good points in there, but once I lost him, I couldn't get it back.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
And
hip
I
hop's
go-
not metal. Do you know how much hip hop has surpassed metal? It doesn't work.
He's nuts. He is crazy.
He's in front of the judge and jury, and he's turning to the jury, and he just starts singing as if like, look, this is why it doesn't work.
And you weren't in studio.
No.
It's not like he was singing to you like
No.
in studio.
No,
he's at home by himself.
Yeah.
No, hip hop's
wild.
That's what made it even better.
Good evening to.
Imagine being his wife upstairs. Nancy's upstairs going, are you singing and yelling?
She was fine. She was watching old San Francisco Giants
That's a
tapes.
fair point.
No,
Let me
hip hop's
go
not
back.
metal. Do you know how much hip hop has surpassed metal? It doesn't work.
She was watching a Chris Isaac video.
Carey Price videos.
Let me say good evening to myself.
Where'd all my batteries go?
Good evening to myself and Alan.
I'm not the most talented person at the radio station.
Agree.
That's not nice.
What?
That's not nice.
I just can confirm.
It was very good, though.
He was asking for help there. He was like, "Can you just
bail me out.
praise me, please?"
I thought he wanted
I got another
affirmation.
one. Another one of
That
it being a
simply
bad
was
guy.
affirmation. Hey,
More
another
Alan-
great take by Peter.
More Alan being a bad guy. Good evening to Alan.
Well, I forget. Your appetite's much different than mine.
No. I mean,
Thank you.
We-
bad
this is-
guy. Good looking.
Hang on.
Bad guy.
We have different appetites.
That's true.
How's
we
that
all do.
wrong?
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Good evening to myself.
This is almost like a Rosenberg trap right here. They're set up with
You
the.
think?
I had to shower. It was time to wrap up the night.
Where's the box?
Yeah, where's the
box that drops down?
By the way, it wouldn't be
It's
that.
up in the ceiling.
It wouldn't be that. Do better than, I mean, not the bread. It's this. You leave this outside of you put this near my house, and it's like he's going to go home, but then he just takes a right turn.
Right in there.
Oh, look, more pastries.
But the best part is before he was about to reach for a cupcake, and I'm just like, and you're going right for it, and then he reaches for the strawberry. No. I'm just going for a little
fruit.
strawberry.
It's fruit.
That's all.
Yeah, I heard him on the car right here. He's like, "I'll probably start my diet tomorrow." Yeah, good call.
Yeah, that's
I have seven. What time are we out?
Things Peter has
Anthony,
said every
what time
day
are we out?
since 2017.
25? We have 17
You're gonna look great at WrestleMania.
Starts tomorrow. Good evening
You don't need that top button
Good
anyway.
evening to Jacob.
That's crazy.
Thanks, Jacob.
All right, guys, there's a lot of different things to get to here on today's Big ENN live from Calandras with our very own Rick DiPietro, soon to be joined by Ken Daneyko as well. The WNBA has resolved their CBA situation after a prolonged battle. The WNBA and the WNBA Players Association reached a verbal agreement on terms of a new collective bargaining agreement on Wednesday, 51 days before the 30th season is set to tip off. Sort of the underrated part in the whole thing is like what a bummer it would have been, particularly as you head into year 30. What's supposed to be a celebration when the league is clearly at its highest height so far to not have a season. Well, under the new CBA, according to Shams Charania of ESPN, the salary cap will start at $7 million, up from $1.5 million in 2025.
That's a lot.
With the Supermax starting at 1.4, which, by the way, it's crazy, right? Like
That's wild.
it's wild because that's a huge improvement.
Yes.
But yet use the word Supermax and 1.4
Right.
is like,
that's not
you
even
got
that's
NBA
not even the commission the agent gets on an
right.
NBA Supermax.
That's what Rick gets from his mailbox every 6 months. You know what I'm saying?
Every 2 weeks, yeah.
But it's crazy. and yet this money is life-changing for these women, right, who've been playing really hard.
Absolutely.
Do real money.
Do the comparison. What was it? What did it used to be?
Well, I know, but still, they were, severely underpaid.
Yeah.
I mean, NBA players are going to make $80 million a year.
Yeah.
The Supermax was, in 2025, the Supermax was $249,000.
Oh.
How about the difference between the minimum salary last season, which was, I think, $60?
Well, the average salary, let's start here.
Okay.
The average salary will now be around $600,000.
Solid.
That's pretty good.
The average salary last year was $120,000. The minimum salary will now be over $300,000.
Yeah, that's
last year's minimum in the WNBA was $66,000.
Oh. Seriously. So this is professional
That's
sports.
ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Professional sports.
Crazy.
So that's a huge. You
could legitimately be a barista, respectfully, and make $66,000. You work
Right.
hard. You can make $80,000-$90,000.
If you do the thing with the foam milk too, I mean, you're
if you can do the
tips,
the artistic
yeah,
designs,
exactly right.
that's a really nice.
Especially one of those ones that doesn't move no matter what you do.
Yeah.
Even when you take a sip, just stays the same.
I love that.
But all kidding aside, though, for a lot of these women who would play in the WNBA and then go overseas
you had
to play all winter to make money or have other jobs in the office, whatever it is, like that takes you back to like old-timey sports.
Old-timey football.
You know what I mean?
When he wasn't a mechanic, he was the best center in the AFC.
Hey, no joke. When I played over in Germany during the lockout, guys we'd have to have practice like late in the afternoon because guys had jobs. Like they'd show up right from work.
Yeah,
it's so crazy.
Rip a cigarette and then they'd be on the ice.
But now, like a lot of these women now don't have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
They can play in their league and just make that their career, which is kind of what everybody else does.
And at least it's just like the discrepancy was also so crazy. Like when you think about the money that comes from the endorsements too, it's almost like it's incredibly awkward to have a Caitlin Clark and an Angel Reese sharing the locker room with people who make $66,000.
Right.
I'm guessing Caitlin, even though Caitlin and Angel Reese made no money from the league last year, they're both making $10 million.
Well, Sabrina's got a shoe. Sophie Cunningham's killing it right now.
Paige Beckers, Breonna Stewart, but so many other players making no money. So good for them.
I got to tell you, too, though. I mean, just as far as, like, enjoyment watching, WNBA is good basketball, and it's even more physical than the NBA.
Yeah, it's a different kind of basketball, but it's also like more of a pure. It does sound stupid to say,
you're right.
A pure version of the sport, and it has become fun to watch. And all you got to do is watch the women's college basketball tournament this year, and you just see how epic it can become.
That UConn team is
shot making is
wagon
just off the. But
the UConn team is a wagon.
Every year they are, but yeah.
No, any random. If you go to a random WNBA game, unlike the NBA, respectfully, you will see great competition any night of the week. It's just not something you see every night in other sports, particularly the NBA.
Right.
Raiders defensive end. I said that right. Raiders defensive end.
Raiders defensive end. Max Crosby. If he's a Raider now.
He's a Raider again.
He's a Raider again.
He's a Raider again.
Was a Raven, now a Raider again.
He's a Raider.
Right. Raider for life.
Said he was, quote,
for the time being.
Said he was, quote, livid and confused by the Ravens' decision to back out of a trade that would have sent to Baltimore in exchange for 2 first-round picks. Of course, the deal was nixed due to medical concerns. No one will ever admit what the real truth is.
Oh, boy.
Ultimately, it doesn't matter. I am where I'm supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
That was crap, though. Did you listen to it?
I did not hear the audio. No.
All right, so he actually says. So usually
this guy consumes everything.
Right, no, but if you're
does the work.
Listen, if you have a deal like that, where you're getting Max Crosby, one of the best defensive players in the NFL, and you're trading 2 first-round picks, and the first-round pick this year is, I think, 14, so that's a legitimate pick.
Yeah.
He said he didn't see the GM for 5 hours. Right, like you show up at the building, if you make a deal like that, the
first guy that's greeting you.
Yes, he's taking you around.
DaCosta never met him.
Didn't see him for 5 hours. He said he didn't see him until the very end after he went through all the tests, the MRIs, and everything else, and then he finally saw him when he talked to the coach.
Wait. So are you suggesting, or is he suggesting?
Yes.
That their mind was changed already.
Yes.
By the time he got to the building.
And showed up and put on
They were
going to
They were going to use the test, the MRI, as a reason to fail him on the physical.
So are you saying that they got wind that they could get Hendrickson for a price they didn't think they could get him for?
And they had already lost too much in free agency.
And decided
So they second-guessed their moves. Can we just say?
Hey, that's why, though, it is they don't call it legal tampering anymore, but it is a period of time. The NBA does this, too. You don't officially sign for 7 days. it gives you a chance not only to have negotiations, consider what you want to do.
Right.
It gives you a chance to back out if you don't like it.
Right, but what's scummy
so what's illegal about it?
But what's scummy about it is the
Okay,
fact that they
part.
had already seen the medical. Like, they knew 9 weeks ago he had a meniscus repair. So, like, of course, on the MRI, it's going to be like, I don't.
Was it a repair or was it a
removal?
No, it was a repair.
Let's take a little more out.
He's probably got some cartilage damage anyway, but they use it. It's a convenient excuse to be like, no, we lost too much. Let's keep our two first-round picks and bring in Henry.
As I said to Alan Hahn,
buyer's remorse. They changed
Max
their mind.
Crosby does not need a meniscus. I'm sorry, that's not ending his career. I mean, maybe in 5 years.
Cartilage does.
In time.
No,
but didn't they think in the next few years you'd still get a lot from Max Crosby?
Yeah. Well, I mean, his doctor's Neil Eltrush. He's like, you're fine. You're on schedule.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
It is wacky. And also, can we just say, not the best first thing to happen in the post-John Harbaugh era in Baltimore? And for a place that never has controversial stories.
No, they are model franchise.
Yeah.
Model franchise.
With the exception of Justin Tucker, who was exiled from Baltimore. Besides that, though, they never really
that was
have
the
any.
right thing to do, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, they made the right choices.
They made the right decision.
Active release.
Sorry?
Yeah, no, it's
a muscle too.
Yeah. And sometimes you just need to relax.
The Hockey Hall of Fame has decided it will not be giving Jack Hughes the puck from his gold medal winning goal for Team USA. Unfortunately, according to Philip Pritchard, the vice president of the Resource Center for the Hockey Hall of Fame, in the easiest words, it was never Jack's puck to own. It's been donated to us for now. For every artifact that's been donated, we have a paper trail and signed paperwork of where it came from. Why did anyone think, do people think you would just own that right away?
Well, I think that's like you see in baseball, right? When you find a lot of the World Series, you take it, put it in your back pocket, and those guys keep it. I don't know where it ends up eventually, but yeah, I mean, you'd like to have it, but
would you, though? Because eventually you're going to auction it or something. You're going to raise money with it, right?
Hopefully not. Hopefully you get to keep it. Hopefully you don't need the money to go auction it. But
no, but you're not auctioning it for yourself.
What are you saying?
Your foundation.
Jack Hughes is going to spend all his money. He's going to be
You're trying to raise money for something great. Let me donate the puck that I scored, the gold medal, the golden goal puck.
What are you doing with your hand
I'm
right
donating this. I don't know.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
But do you?
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Do you ultimately need it though? Your family, it's cool to have, but it's also cool to be in the Hockey Hall of Fame.
Right, but I think I saw the thing. I think Sidney Crosby, when he scored the golden goal against USA, I think the whole, the net, the stick, everything is in the Hockey Hall of Fame. So it's it's a huge moment.
One of my favorite things to do.
The tooth. Did they find the tooth? That's the most important.
When you lost your virginity, that should be celebrated.
Yeah, but what do you put in
No one thought it was going to ever happen.
What do you put in the Hall of Fame?
You don't.
What?
Because
you could have put all the socks.
Don't. Oh.
And then the doll. I mean, there's so many things you could have done.
I'll set you up for another joke. Let's move on.
There are people eating.
Let's talk about Rory McIlroy's menu at the Masters.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of eating.
So this is always fun to analyze. Obviously, the winner of last year's Masters gets to pick the menu. Here's Rory's dinner plans. This is going down April 7th, if you didn't get the invite yet. Appetizers. They're doing peach and ricotta flatbread.
That's nice.
With balsamic, hot honey, and basil. I got to tell you.
Sweet and salty. That sounds terrific.
It's lovely.
Yeah, that's exactly
I
what
will
that is.
say, and I saw they have a lovely flatbread here. I noticed you guys had one.
Thumbs up. We got a thumbs up.
Is there anything more?
From Joe Sakic.
Is there anything more pizza adjacent than flatbread?
No.
It is. I mean, it's pizza.
It's pizza.
Bacon wrapped dates. I don't know if you're a fan.
Nice.
Bacon
with
wrapped
goat cheese and almonds.
Dates.
Rock shrimp tempura. Attaboy.
Delicious.
One of the
That's
great
delicious.
appetizers.
Little spicy mayonnaise. Delicious.
Yeah,
with creamy spicy sauce as it's labeled here,
There you
Rick.
go.
You know something about that.
Yeah.
The grilled elk sliders. Delightful with caramelized onion jam, roasted garlic aioli.
Feels like a wild fork situation, the elk meat. It's nice.
Elk, yeah.
The first course, wow, they really
I like
do it
how
up
you
here.
slipped that in. That was very clever.
Yellowfin tuna carpaccio.
Delicious.
I'm talking about a nothing food, though. If you're hungry.
It's delicious.
I know, it's great. But if you're hungry and someone says, I have some tuna carpaccio, you didn't need anything.
No, right.
It's a flavor that hits your tongue.
Exactly right.
The main course, here is your choice. The Wagyu filet mignon.
I like that.
Or the seared salmon. Traditional Irish champ sautéed Brussels sprouts. Glazed carrots with brown butter.
You'd pass.
Crispy Vidalia onion rings.
You would not pass.
You know what drop? You know we have a drop for that. Jacob, you know we have a drop for the crispy Vidalia onion rings. You know what it is, Rick?
No.
You're almost P1. I think he's the ultimate P1. Come on, you know what drop that is.
I don't know what drop that is.
John Sterling.
Oh, yeah. When he starts naming all the...
We have John Sterling talking about Vidalia onions, I believe.
Vidalia onion.
Thank you, John.
Onion.
You have an unbelievable. I'll tell you this though. I was listening to it earlier.
Yeah.
You have an unbelievable memory for like when stuff happened, when the drops happened. It's pretty impressive.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't have a lot going on in my life.
That's true.
For dessert, the sticky toffee pudding with vanilla ice cream and warm toffee sauce.
Delicious.
good.
Fan or not?
No, you'd like it.
No.
Stop it.
Really?
No.
You're out?
I'm not. No, that's a dessert that will not draw me in. I will Irish exit after dinner. When I'm done with the Wagyu, I'm done. I'm out.
Really?
No,
You're
no
all
dessert.
good. You're all set.
No, not if that's the
Mid
dessert.
convo with Tiger and Phil, you go, you know what?
Yeah, right.
I don't care for this anymore.
Guys,
pudding.
good to see you. Good to see you.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna-
Guys, can you
I'm gonna step-
imagine?
I'm gonna
Sorry,
step out.
guys.
Can you imagine if one year, like for some reason, by an unfortunate series of events, Don got forced to go to the Masters dinner, and he's just watching a Canucks game while talking to Tiger Woods, and they're trying to have a conversation. He's like,
going. He sees the rock strip, and he's like,
Yeah, what is it?
Is that fried?
What is that?
Is that fried? What? Wait, what's with the mayo? Can I get some ketchup?
You know, I had
Can we
sushi-
just get some ketchup?
I had
Can I
sushi-
get some ketchup?
Is there a ground round somewhere we could go to? This is ridiculous.
I had sushi with Rachel Herzog, but I didn't see. What is this all about? So, anyways, look forward to that. All right, Giannis is hurt again, Alan.
Oh, that's
The Milwaukee Bucks want to shut down Giannis for the remainder of the season after his latest injury.
that makes sense. Say it's
With
only
the-
like 12 games to go. He's probably in agreement, right?
I would think so. They
Right.
announced Tuesday that he'd be sidelined with a left knee injury, another setback in this injury-plagued season.
Oh wait, from what I'm reading here,
Okay.
as the Bucks do want to shut him down for the remainder of the season,
Yeah.
the two-time NBA MVP has refused the team's request and wants to play again.
He's that guy, huh?
He's a pain in the ass now,
He's like become.
and he's going to be ours soon.
I'm never going to quit. He's going to die on that hill. I'm never giving up ever.
He wants to
until
be-
it's time to give up. Then I'm gone.
He wants to be the great guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't want a single fan to be able to hold anything against him. You got hurt again and you sat out the rest of the season. No, he's going to take this to the very end, and then he's going to sell his house.
And it'll be a Nick.
Like, doesn't it feel inevitable?
Yeah, it does. Because I don't think this team's going to win a championship.
And I also don't think he's going to put up with another year.
No.
He's already put up with a full year that he didn't want to put up with if you go back to August when
Right.
he thought he was gone.
Right. What you said was the best point, though, because had he just manned up and said, "Listen, I don't want to be here. This isn't going to work,"
He won't do it.
He won't do it. But he won't do it.
They've literally said
That's
to him,
the- that's
just say it,
And we'll do it.
We'll do it.
Right.
And I'm not saying it.
Right. It's great.
And then he blamed it on his agent. Oh, wait, there's actual stories about how you don't want to be here. Well, I can't control. My agent says, well, actually.
It's almost like
it would be
sounds
nice
like
when an agent earned his money.
It sounds like a fight between like a married couple, like
Yes.
where one person just doesn't want to admit they don't even want to do it in the
Right.
first place. Like, what are you doing? You're trying to make a point. We know you don't want to be doing this.
Of course. I know you don't want to be with the Amazon guy. It's just you can't help yourself.
Excuse me?
It's just the boxes.
Coming to City Field.
So many boxes.
So many boxes.
Every day.
Coming to City Field in 2026. A new challenge.
Wait, to City Field.
Yeah, that's right.
Baja Men.
9 beers.
Why?
The,
You're a bad guy.
the revival tour.
You're an idiot. You know what?
Yeah, he couldn't lay off.
How about your best player just get hit in biggest spot, all right? Worry about that.
Who let the
Okay?
dogs out?
All right?
Who let them back in? That's what we want to know.
That's the worst.
All I did was mention that
2026
Jay-Z's
Mets.
playing at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
He has to bring up the Baja Man.
Of course he does.
Well,
And Timmy
oh, I'm
Trumpet.
sorry.
Because he tries to play
But
this whole thing like he's a good guy.
It's not true.
Look at me on Nick's
I'm
pre
sorry.
and post.
When
It's
Juan
me.
Soto went to the Mets, all of a sudden it's
Yeah.
like, oh, we stole him. It's always
Look.
comparisons. We're like, we don't compare each other. Yes, you do. Okay, so let's compare.
Look, it's me and Bill Pito and Wally and his giant eyebrows. We're so much fun, and we love each other. Bad guy. He's a
You leave
bad
Wally and his eyebrows
guy.
alone. Miami went 31-0 before they lost the game.
9 beers.
How do I know?
And Bruce Pearl said they almost didn't make the tournament.
How do I know they went 31-0? Because he told me every day.
Every single day.
Every day.
9 beers, 9 dogs, and 9 innings. That is the contest they're bringing to City Field in 2026.
That sounds like a game.
It's no problem.
Now, hold on. I think
Who
the
can't
beer,
do
the beer, the beers would be tough for me.
One beer an
Small
inning?
beers?
You know how long an inning is?
If they're mini beers, that's light work.
What do you mean mini beer? What does it look like?
Like RJ Santillo size beers.
Oh my God, it's a
Little
shot.
tiny, little tiny guys.
Isn't that a shot?
Well, yeah, it does look like the beer fits in this little thing.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it fits.
It's
in.
gonna be a decent amount of beer.
Probably like this.
Yeah, you could do it.
Okay, your stomach after that.
Oh,
though,
stop
I tell you what,
What are you
guys,
worried about?
Dogs,
That's it now. What is
the-
there?
the
Is there a
pain.
specific day, or is this all season long?
It's all season?
All right.
Well, how does this work then,
Here's what we do.
Anthony?
All right.
You just buy it?
Hang
They
on.
just want you to buy it?
All right.
That's the thing?
Here's what we're doing.
I get to buy 9 hot dogs? I can do that right now.
All right. You could.
That's a drop, by the way.
If you eat it and drink it, do you get it free? Like, do you get reimbursed?
No, it has to be something.
Why then?
Yeah, the bars that they have
Why
this
would
thing
you
where
do
you
it?
eat the whole steak, you get it for free.
Right.
If you
Right.
don't, you got to pay for
That's
it.
the gimmick.
All right. So
No, if you do it, if you can do it, they let you become a Yankee fan at the end. You've graduated and you get to leave the Mets.
You can go now.
You know what? You've done enough.
You've done enough.
Thank you.
All right, so I have a throwdown challenge right now.
Here we go. We're down to 90 seconds. What do you got?
DHR versus DNR, 999 challenge. We'll go to a game.
Whoa. Come to the pregame party.
Who can do it?
Come to the party, we'll do
You
it.
got to do it at the game.
Yeah, we're going to the game.
What, do we have a date already?
Yeah, pregame party to the game.
Are you in? We go to the game.
And then what do we do?
9 hot dogs,
challenge.
9 beers.
But what's the challenge? Like, who does it? Like,
who can do it?
Finish it?
Which show finishes?
Who doesn't know?
Well, we can't do it fast.
No, it's 9 innings.
It's
you have
9
a
innings,
whole
John.
game to do
But
it.
everyone's going to be able to do it, right?
I don't know.
Rick will be able to do it.
I'll be able to do it.
I can do it.
He'll be able to do it for sure.
The dogs.
He can drink a beer.
9 dogs, though. I know I could do 4 easy.
Easy.
4's no problem.
At the same time, probably.
3 hours.
on either side of me.
You have that experience, do you?
That'll do it for ENN, brought to you by Ramsey Mazda. Get more for your money, Ramsey Mazda, like the new 2026 CX-50 and the CX-90. Choose wisely, choose Ramsey Mazda. We're, of course, live at Calandra's Bakery in Caldwell, New Jersey, hanging out all night. We're going to watch the Rangers and the Devils with Rick, with Ken Daneyko. Come join us. It's going to be a time.
All right, special thanks to Rick DiPietro for coming out
Thank
here
you,
and
guys.
joining us on ENN, a special edition of ENN. Ken Daneyko, as mentioned, will be joining us as well for the watch party. Thank you,
Drop
everybody
Madness
who was
tomorrow?
there. Big Drop Madness tomorrow, of course. So, Rangers, Devils coming up next. We'll talk to you all tomorrow.
I'm big on having the right game plan on the ice and at home, which is why I use Viking Pest Control myself as the pest control provider and proud partner of the New Jersey Devils. Viking has been protecting homes for over 45 years with expert pest control service and solutions tailored just for you. From ants and cockroaches to rodents, stinging insects, and backyard mosquitoes, Viking keeps pests out of your house and out of the play. Bundle pest control with mosquito services and save big. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com. Viking Pest Control, protecting your home inside and out.
Think great meat has to come with a high price? Not at Wild Fork Foods. Get beef tenderloin for only $10 a pound. Yes, $10 a pound. And Atlantic salmon portions just $9.98 a pound. That's awesome quality at a great value for your table. Everything is blast frozen to lock in flavor and nutrients. Shop one of their 7 locations, or you can order online for same-day delivery. WildForkFoods.com. Wild Fork Foods, quality meat, wild prices.
Knicks fans, it's time to hit the court with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. Download the BetMGM app today and add a boost of excitement to every New York game day with same-day parlays, live betting options, player props, boosted odds specials, and the best daily promotions in the business. With the BetMGM app at your fingertips, you can experience the excitement of betting on your favorite players and get in on all the blue and orange action as your New York Knicks drive the lane. Find out why basketball fans love BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. BetMGM. Make it legendary.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem in New York? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Attention New York Verizon mobile customers. Score a massive win with award-winning Fios Home Internet for an incredible $20 a month guaranteed for 3 years. Switch today for savings you can count on. Call 1-800-VERIZON now. For new Fios customers with AutoPay, mobile and home discount enrollment required. 3-year price guarantee applies to the Fios-based monthly rate only. Additional terms apply.
You remember what it feels like to move without thinking about pain? To get up, sit up, walk, work, or live without that constant ache? If neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica took that away from you, it's time to get it back. I'm Bart Scott. Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain is the guy you need. Ivy League trained, double board certified, no surgery, no scars, no long recovery, just precise, image-guided, non-surgical treatments designed to get you feeling strong again. With offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, and most major insurances are accepted, there is no reason to wait. Go to SandwellPain.com. Relief is closer than you think.
Life is motion, but for Jaime, debilitating pain in both hips brought everything, including family time, to a halt.
Every doctor told me the same thing. They would do one hip at a time.
At White Plains Hospital, Dr. Jacob Totka's unique expertise provided an alternate approach by replacing both of Jaime's hips on the same day.
In just 2 hours, I got 2 new hips, and I went home that day.
White Plains Hospital, among the